There we go. Okay, sorry. I fucked up the Rumble links. I fucked up the Rumble links on when I set up StreamYard. I forgot to change them. So here, let's do this again. Let's do this again.
Fight, 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 fight.
Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. How are we doing today, chat? How are we doing today? Yeah, I was boomering a little bit. So, brief tech talk. Brief tech talk. Rumble and Odyssey don't have the active RMTP API or whatever that like YouTube and Twitch do. So the YouTube and Twitch, you just link your account to StreamYard, and StreamYard will grab from your YouTube and Twitch accounts. They will grab the RTMP settings, your stream key and your server. And then it'll, you can actually just load everything into StreamYard and it'll broadcast out. On Rumble and Odyssey, because for whatever reason, they do it this way because they hate themselves, I guess. You have to generate new ones for the streams and manually enter them. And I forgot, I updated the Odyssey one, but I forgot to do the Rumble one because I was distracted, we'll say. I was distracted. So, how's it going, guys? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. We've got some stuff to talk about today. I don't know if you heard, we had a little bit of an election last night. It's still not done because in the age where all technology exists and all information is immediately accessible, we still can't count fucking ballots that are electrically counted in one day. We just can't do it. They just can't figure out how to do it. It's like, why is this hard? I don't know. All you have to do is just press the button and it counts them. And then it should just upload to anywhere. Like, this should be so easy to do. I mean, we could just host all US elections by Twitter poll and we'd have the results in immediately. Just put a cutoff time. Boom, done. Nope. Can't do that. Because if you do that, you know what might happen? People might get the truth. It might get counted quickly and accurately. They might not be able to find extra votes. Might not be able to do all these obvious things that we can't talk about because they never happen. Blockchain for voting, I fully agree. I fully agree. Blockchain voting, don't have to do it from home or whatever. You can have it at a polling place. Just fucking blockchain vote. Have everything crowdsourced, the whole thing. Do it all. Make it happen. But the election's a business. And everybody agrees to support the business. Everybody agrees that the Republicans make more money when there's elections that take more time. The Democrats make more money when there's elections that take more time. The news media makes a shitload more money when there's elections that take more time. You can't interfere with that. You can't get in the way of the elite's money. You You cannot do it. I don't actually mean host the vote on Twitter. That would be horrifying. The amount of corruption that exists at Twitter already. I'm just saying that Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, they can fucking count a vote. They can count a vote immediately with live updates fed in real time. It's not even hard. This is the simplest shit on the planet. Anyway. So tonight I've got a couple topics. First, we're going to do a tiny bit of whiskey posting. I bought some whiskey today from the old liquor shop. Figured I'd show you guys like what like a whiskey haul looks like for me. It's not like crazy impressive or anything. It's just kind of fun stuff. And I live in a small town, so kind of at the mercy of what distributors will send out to us. But we'll do that. That'll be just kind of the beginning, kind of warm up, just edge a little bit. And then we'll go to talk about this red ripple, is what I'm calling it. Florida did great in the election. In other elections, things did not go so well. Did not go so well. And it looks like we're going to have more of the same for the next couple years. Now, we're not done. There's still some votes to be counted. Theoretically, if Herschel Walker can beat Warnock, it is still possible for Republicans to get a 51 vote Senate, which is important because it breaks the tie that shouldn't exist, but does exist. It breaks the tie that would have Kamala Harris cast a tie-breaking vote. It would also give back a Republican majority leader in the Senate versus a Democrat majority leader, despite the Democrats having 2 less seats than the Republicans, because for some reason, independents get to caucus with the Democrats, which means they suck their caucus. And when they do that, that somehow makes it 50-50, which doesn't actually make sense to me. Doesn't actually make sense to me. But the Republicans having 51 seats does change the Senate dramatically. And that's actually really important, because as much as Mitch McConnell is a turtle fucking moron, we saw how much power a Senate majority leader can have. And if Mitch McConnell would have been the Senate majority leader in the past 2 years, we might not have Ketanji Jackson, Judge Ketanji Jackson Brown or whatever, Brown Jackson. I always say Jackson Brown because my dad made me listen to Jackson Brown a lot when I was a kid. Some of those songs are pretty good. I like some Jackson Brown songs. I doubt he and I would agree politically, but that's okay. Now, let me be clear. I don't want Mitch McConnell as the Senate majority leader. I would rather have someone else be the Senate majority leader. But I would rather have had Mitch McConnell be the Senate majority leader than what, Harry Reid or whatever that we had. So that's that. But we'll take a look at election results. But I've got some theories on why the Republicans can't and won't, and maybe don't even want to win. And some ideas on how they could fucking try and start, and what they should have done. And until they can do this, I think we're in for some really unimpressive showings from the Republicans for the foreseeable future, until they change who they are a little bit and realize who their party is. Oh, is it Schumer? Schumer. Okay, there you go. Chuck Schumer. Yeah, that's right. Chuck you Schumer. Okay, after that, I've got a story. People in the media are so fucking mad about Johnny Depp still. And I don't do a lot of Depp posting, okay? So, like, give me a little breather on this one. I know a bunch of people Harry Reid's dead. Good. Doesn't matter. I know a bunch of people who do a bunch of, Johnny Depp coverage, and that's their thing, and that's cool for me. I don't care. I don't do a lot, but I saw this article, and it 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 bears some exploring. It bears some exploring. So I want to cover that one, and then we've got another one where apparently a court just ruled that beauty pageants can ban trans competitors from them, which is pretty fucking based, I guess. So that's interesting news. I didn't think that was going to be a thing. So we got that. Let me start off by saying a couple things. Hit a mild road bump on the road to exclusivity. I'm thinking we can iron it out. But it just weirds me out, like, I don't know. I probably shouldn't talk about it too much. Like, if you want exclusivity, come to the table. If you want to grow a platform, come to the table. But part of that table means make the platform better. Because you got to have people want to be on it. You got to have people want to be on it. So, and if that's not going to happen, well, unfortunately, there is a platform that's very, very big that a lot of people really like being on, despite some of their policies being a little fucking irritating. So, I'm just saying, if alt tech wants to win, it better stop treating itself like alt tech, and it better start treating itself, and more importantly, its customers and creators, like tech. And they need to do that, because there is a player in the field that people will stick with through a whole lot of bullshit, because that's where the eyeballs are. So, I'm just saying. Anyway. So here's what we're going to do. Let's do some whiskey posting quick. Just for fun. I went to go get Lady Rackets an energy drink smoothie from this store near our house, which she seems to like these things. I don't drink energy drinks. I'm not a big fan of them. But she likes them. And so there's this place that makes energy drink smoothies. And while it's right by the liquor store. That's my favorite liquor store in town. So here's what we got. Today I bought this Yellow Spot. I don't know if you guys have ever had Yellow Spot, but if you're into Irish whiskeys, this 12-year Yellow Spot is fantastic. Great bottle. About this one was $98. I left the price tag on it, so I was able to remember. But this is really just a good, solid bottle of whiskey. Everybody should try that. If you like Irish whiskeys specifically, Irish whiskeys have a little bit of a distinct, all whiskeys have a distinct flavor regionally, but that's a good one. Then I got this, I had one of these before, Barrel Dovetail. This is a great bottle. This is a great bottle. 61.2% alcohol. This is pretty heavy liquor, but it tastes fantastic. This is a whiskey finished in rum, port, and Dunn Vineyards Cabernet barrels. Great stuff. I strongly recommend this. When I had it, it was And because of that, I decided to try one of their others. I got this Barrel Seagrass whiskey, which is a little bit less, 59.7% alcohol. This is a rye finished in Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels. So I'm really excited to try this. I've never had this one, but I'm a big fan of this barrel distilling company or bottling company, whatever they are. But these are blended whiskeys. And then I got one more bottle. Only for the bottle. Because the whiskey in it is adequate. It's not great. But look at this fucking bottle of Willits. Look at this thing. This is let's see, how big is this? What's the volume? I guess it's got to be like 1.5 liters or 1.75. Anyway, it's a good size whiskey, but it's a giant bottle. Make a fun like vase or something. I don't know. So anyway, that was my whiskey haul today. Price on those middle two, the dovetails. I don't remember specifically. I know the barrel dovetail. I think that one's about 90. I think the other one was about 80. So, and the big Willet was like 115. So, yeah. So that was fun. It was good stuff. And I'm going to start drinking it in just a minute. I'll grab a clean glass. Just need to buy a cask. I don't, yeah. I am not gay. Lady Ragus just called me gay. That was. So anyway, we're gonna drink some whiskey. We're gonna talk through some stuff. We're gonna have some fun, and then we'll probably do some post show of some type. Rumble, locals, I don't know, or locals, Twitch. We'll see. We'll see. Just a second. Perfect. Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try this seagrass. Oh yeah. Yep. I can already tell it's gonna be a good endeavor. I said vase, but you know, you drill a little hole in it and make that thing into a bong in like 2 seconds. So barrel bourbon, I've never had that. Here we go. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, you're the one asleep, lady. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Lajaman sent a big super chat. Thank you. says, for Lady Rackets on the St. Andrew's Cross. Well then, much appreciated. And then Lurker Lurk says, please toast my grandma, details and pics. Locals chat doesn't support paragraphs. No, it does not. And I agree with that. Chat is no place for paragraphs, but the picture works. So we'll check this out. Please toast my late grandma. She passed away this morning. She was my last grandparent, 95 years old. She was married to my late grandfather for 74 years before he passed in 2020 at 91. Both were believers and two of the nicest people you ever met. They raised 5 daughters. Please toast them, mom and aunts as well. They faithfully made arrangements so she didn't need to be alone once since grandpa passed. Following your advice and ugly crying alone in my study. Oh, to the grandma of Lurker Lurks, by all accounts, sounds like the type of woman you would want to have as your grandmother, as your mother, as a spouse, as a friend, as an acquaintance, and as an inspiration. We know that she was all of those things to all those people mentioned and many more. May they cherish her memory while they mourn her loss. Cheers. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get into this. Let's get into this thing, I guess. What am I doing? Election map. All right. So, how are we doing here in this this election that we've got going on? Let's take a peek. What's happening? I don't really like elections or midterm elections and the coverage of them, as demonstrated in my stream on Friday, fucking yesterday. I'm not the biggest fan of doing the election coverage. One, I don't have like a full research team, and I don't want to spend my entire time looking up every race and what they do. And I don't, it's going to be what it's going to be. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is I love the drama of presidential elections very much. Dropping one state at a time, one county at a time, when you're coming down to the end, dropping one as the night develops, like watching the map actually spread and grow for the main central event. Midterms feel like there's no central event. It's just a bunch of undercards. And that doesn't make them less important, but it does make it less dramatic, in my opinion. It does make it less dramatic, in my opinion. But here's what we've got for the Senate. So right now, Democrats have gained a seat. Republicans have lost a seat. So that's nice. And we're at 48-46. Remember, the Democrats to break even hit 48 and 48, or hit 48 seats. And Republicans hit 50. That's where we were. That's where we started. So if we end up with that, which it kind of looks like that's a strong possibility, then that's what we end up with. But what's still on the table? Nevada with Laxalt in the lead, pretty decent lead here at this point, but I don't know anything about the counties that haven't reported in. Shockingly, there were issues in Nevada on the presidential election in 2020. And then we've got Alaska with is this 2 Republicans? Kelly Shibaka beating out Lisa Murkowski. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't know we had 2 Republicans running in Alaska. But this would be good. Getting Murkowski out of there. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Murkowski's like a fake Republican. Whoops. But maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to this shit. Show all states. So if Nevada and Alaska go Republican, we've got a 50-50 50-48 scenario, except for we've got Warnock versus Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker is a big one because this is going to go to runoff. We won't know the answer until December. And the last time there was a runoff in Georgia, the last time that happened, Alaska does ranked choice. Why bother? Anyway, the last time that this happened was in 2020, and Georgia was fortified as fuck. So an Italian lady in my locals chat from ours, she was asking me to kind of talk about the 2020 election and what I actually think about election fraud and all of that, since we're on Rumble and Odyssey and we can kind of say whatever the fuck we want. And I haven't really been able to talk about it too much. So I figured I'd take just a second and kind of address it. I don't think there was fraud everywhere in the 2020 election. But I know there was fraud somewhere in the 2020 election because, of course, there's fraud. Elections are too fucking important to not have fraud. Typically, you just have to outperform the margin of fraud. And the margin of fraud isn't that big. It doesn't have to be that big. That's the interesting thing about the electoral system that we have, is the right leveraging of fraud in the right place means a little fraud goes a really fucking long way. Do I think there was fraud? Georgia sure looked like there was fraud. Their resistance to disclose fucking anything sure looked like there's fraud. Nevada looked like there was fraud. Arizona looked like there was fraud. Michigan and Pennsylvania specifically, definitely fraud. I'll say that 100%. Pennsylvania had fraud that went to court and the court was like, fraud's okay. The fraud is fine. You changed the rules. You didn't follow the rules. You didn't follow the changes the way you're supposed to do them. The law was not followed in Pennsylvania. And that is clear as fucking day. And the Pennsylvania court said, we don't care. We don't care that they didn't follow the law. Doesn't matter. So, was there fraud? Absolutely. Is there fraud in every state? Is every voting machine like skewed 3% Democrat? I don't think so. I don't think you need to do that. You know where the battlegrounds are. You know where the pushes are needed. And more importantly, with days upon days of counting and challenging, you just put the little fraud in the right place. And it doesn't take much, especially when you can stuff mail-in ballots wherever you want to stuff them. Mail-in ballots are a crime. They're a crime against the republic. They're a crime against the voting populace. They are a fraud upon the people. Mail-in ballots should be one of the rarest and most difficult things to get in history. They should make up less than 1% of all votes. Period. Oh, well, I'm going to go on vacation. Too fucking bad. Vote or don't vote on election day. Are you dying in a hospital? Maybe then you get an absentee vote. Are you deployed overseas? Sure, you can have a ballot. But all this fucking alternative voting shit, no. Well, what if I have a work trip? I don't know. How about work stop scheduling trips for people on fucking election day? Because it's goddamn important to have an election with integrity. And we don't need laws to make it work, other than you vote in person the way you're fucking supposed to. And why that is controversial or hard is insane to me. So is there some fraud? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Did it steal an election in 2020? Probably. The problem, however, the problems in 2020, we cannot just blame on fraud. We can't just blame them on fraud because the problems in 2020 are multiple and manifest, and they have to do with fraud, but we cannot just blame the fraud because one, we knew fraud was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. COVID was the setup to enable fraud. I'm not going to go so far as to say that COVID was completely planned for the election, but that would make some sense. But we had a media complicit in fraud. We had a media that was fully willing to suppress news stories in favor of removing Trump. We had a concerted effort laid out in a Time magazine article on exactly how the media and a literal cabal of elites and political insiders got together and created a fucking conspiracy across the entire country, across major media outlets, across big tech, and across parties, including Republicans, to remove Donald Trump by the suppression of some stories and the promotion of others in a conscious manner for the purposes of influencing the 2020 election negatively against Trump and positively in favor of Joe Biden. We know it. They told us exactly how they did it when they were done. So you have COVID. You have a complicit media. You know fraud is coming. And you got two problems. You didn't get out the fucking vote. Now, I know Trump had a huge voter turnout. It should have been more. It should have been bigger. And then two, your legal infrastructure wasn't ready. You knew fraud was coming and your legal infrastructure wasn't ready. You had a bunch of haphazard lawsuits. You had a bunch of bullshit thrown together at the last minute. At the 13th hour, you had already passed the time and you weren't ready. Why? You knew it was coming. You talked about it. The Democrats had hired Perkins Coie. They had a website dedicated to combating fraud before the lawsuits were filed by the Republicans, by the way. And Mark Elias, professionally disciplined attorney Mark Elias, running the front of their campaign. And they had one of the biggest law firms in the country fighting consistently against every single lawsuit brought by Trump. And their responses to motions were written before the motions were. Those lawsuits should have been filed on election night. You knew it was coming. You knew where it was coming. You knew what battleground states there were. They needed to have mobilized legal teams, capable ones, not Rudy fucking 9,000-year-old, I haven't been in a courtroom in 30 years, Giuliani. Not Lynn Wood, not Sidney Watson, Sidney Powell. I keep saying Sidney Watson. That's what you needed. Not Lynn Wood, Sidney Powell, or Rudy Giuliani. You had Jen Ellis, smart attorney. She's been fucking tainted by being attached to those people. So you had a bunch of haphazard teams and a couple grifters come together. and just fuck everything up. So, was there fraud? Sure, of course there is. There's fraud in every single presidential election going back to the literal first one. All of them. Every single presidential election has a measure of fraud in it. So fucking do something about it. But you know it. You knew it was coming after 2016. You knew it was coming. And you didn't fucking do it. Because Republicans never fucking do. Now, let's go ahead and transition into the Republican thing. Oh, wait, real quick. So House, Republicans are looking good in the House here. They've gained 6 seats. Democrats have lost 8. We're 207 to 184. If Republicans can break 28 or can get to 218, they take the House. This is critical. We really could use a Republican House and a 51 majority Republican Senate, because that will at least stymie Biden's objectives. But we've got some promising, counties left here. We've got look at all the fucking Democrat counties in California, just where all the people live. Where all the people live in squalor and degeneracy, that's where you find Democrats in every single state. But my God, New Mexico, can you try and buy a fucking Republican? Colorado, we know Colorado's like this. Look at Minnesota. Minnesota on the national level, you got 4. This is outstate Minnesota, very red. Twin Cities get 4 votes, or 4 candidates because of population density. Again, where people live in squalor, crime, and or degeneracy, you get Democrats. And I like degeneracy, by the way. I don't know why the fucking Democrats get to have a monopoly on fun. But this is a shit state I live in. But what the hell? But yeah, so we've still got some things to work out here, but it's looking good for a potential, Republicans need to get just 11 more seats, and they might actually do that. They might actually do that. So if they get that, Republicans take the House, that'd be good. If they can get the Senate, it'd be better. Governors don't really matter like on the national level, individual levels. Of course, Minnesota, this is how fucking cucked Minnesota is. Tim Walz had some of the harshest lockdown measures in the entire country. He is hanging constantly off the vagina lips of Gavin Newsom. Just forever sucking that man clit. That's what he does. He looks to California. It's why we have such just garbage fucking tax rates and policies in this state. It's Tim Walz and his predecessor and the one before that. But yeah, so we've got Tim Walz as governor again. Reminder, Tim Walz locked down the entire state and let Black Lives Matter burn Minneapolis to the ground. So did Mayor Jacob Frey. Rolls and cuffs his pants like a faggot, Jacob Frey. I mean, these are the people we're electing. Thanks, Minnesota. But governor's races, Arizona is still Kari Lake versus Katie Hobbs. It's looking not great for Kari Lake, but they can't call it yet. They can't call it yet. Again, overall numbers, like governors don't really matter until you have like 35 of them. If you have 35 Republican governors versus Democrat voters or Democrat versus Republicans, you can actually get some crazy shit to happen with conventions, constitutional conventions. But yeah, Nevada looks like it may go Republican. Alaska, Republican seems pretty likely. Arizona is the one a lot of people are watching. because Arizona, this is setting up for 2024. The amount of Arizona fraud, let's just say it, in the election was pretty bad. Pretty bad. But and then Oregon, this is going to go blue. I mean, do we even think that this has any chance of being Republican? No, of course not. And then there's ballot measures all over. But really, we got the House, we got the Senate. We got to figure out what's going to happen with that. But here's the thing, y'all. This shouldn't be in question. This shouldn't be in question. Okay, look, real quick, let me address this. Lagardicus, wait. Here we go. AG Biochemist says there's 600,000 votes still out in Republican counties. Poso and the Lake team are saying tonight that a lot of the day votes will go red. Wow, when did I fucking hear that before? This may be true, but I heard this shit in 2020. The exact same line. The exact same line. So I'm going to just fucking calm my tits until we get the election results. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Because I've heard this grift before. Like, oh, look at all these Republican counties that still haven't come in. Why didn't they go Trump? The Guardian says, yeah, Raggets isn't following Arizona count right now. Remaining vote is probably ridiculously pro Lake Masters, Hamada, and Fincham. Guys, I love your optimism. I hope you're right. Believe me, I do. But I heard this shit last time. Good night, Lady Rackets. Love you, girl. I heard this shit last time. So, fuck me once. Like, roofie me once, great. Roofie me twice, got a little tolerance for it now. I'll at least moan goodbye. Goodbye? I'm roofied. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a fucking doomer. I'm not a doomer. I'm not a doomer because I think everything's going to be relatively okay. It'll just be static. I want it to be better, but I'm kind of getting used to the status quo. But don't sit there and hand job me all night and leave me with blue balls again like you did in 2020. I don't want to fucking hear it until put the fucking results in. Then let's talk about results. Stop talking about results before they're in. This whole election was talking about results before they were in. Red wave, Republicans are going to come in and take over everything. Wow. What happened? There's a pebble in a fucking pond. That's all I'm saying. Stop telling me we're definitely going to win. Because it's falling on deaf ears, and I'll tell you why it's falling on deaf ears. Because Republicans haven't had a spine in a long fucking time. We all know this. We say this 2 out of every 4 years, the non-election years. 2 out of every 4 years, we talk about how Republicans are noodles. They don't have a fucking spine. They don't have a backbone. They don't have anything. And then every 2 years, we're like, but these Republicans, though, we're gonna win. It's gonna be better. But they don't have a spine. And that's the root fucking cause of all of this. They don't have a backbone. They don't even have a platform. When you're voting Republican right now in 2022, what are you voting for? Tell me what you're voting for. Tell me what platform and policy you know you're getting with a Republican. Do you know you're going to get a promise to lower taxes? I don't. Do you know they're going to protect your Second Amendment rights? I don't. Now, individual candidates may say this from time to time, but do you know, as a platform, as a Republican Party policy, that you are guaranteed to get these things? No, you don't. You don't know if they're going to protect your First Amendment right, your Second Amendment right, your wallet through your taxes. You don't know if they're going to protect your small business. You don't know if they're going to protect your large business. You know, they're going to try and partner with large businesses to push through policies. But isn't it weird how those large businesses that they partner with are businesses like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Merck, which have a lot of fucking power and a lot of fucking money and want to put a lot of fucking mRNA drugs into your fucking body? Isn't it weird that those are the businesses that Republicans tend to partner with? Where was the admonishment of any of these companies from Republicans? Where was anything other than the sloppiest, most saliva-ridden dick sucking you've ever seen? Yeah, everybody should get vaccinated. Maybe I'll tell my state that they don't have to. Maybe I'll tell my people they don't have to. But everybody should. Can't go against that. Want that fucking Viagra money coming in. Free Viagra plus what? A couple $100,000 a year from Pfizer? Hard deal to turn down, isn't it? Every fucking time. And I think, by the way, the big business should be supported by politicians. I think big business has done amazing things for this country. I like a shitload of big businesses. But don't be their fucking bitch. Don't be their bitch. And they're all their bitch. All of them. So tell me what you're voting for in 2022 when you press that R. What are you getting? What policy is cemented in the Republican Party? I guarantee you there isn't one. You can't even get a commitment. You can't even get a pro-life commitment from Republicans, which I don't think should be the biggest Republican platform. I think it's really important, but I think it should be one of the easiest ones. And you can't do it. You can't even get these fucking monsters to commit to never locking your ass down again, to never closing your business artificially, to always saying, you know what? We're going to recommend masks and vaccinations, but you do whatever you want to do because you own a business and that's your private property. What? Why can't we get that promise? You know what? We're never going to shut down your churches again. How is this not the easiest platform piece for Republicans? We're never going to shut your church down again. That was kind of a fucked up mistake that we made. They can't even say it. You know why? Because they'll shut it down next time. They want to shut it down. They want to shut you down. They want your business to fail when they want it to fail. They want you out of work when they want you on the dole. They want to control you just like the Democrats. And until these fuckers can't and won't try to own their people, until that happens, they won't win. And I can't say I'm that sad about it. Because at least the Democrats will look me in the eye while they fuck me from the front. And I'm so fucking tired of having this massive Republican push every 2 years when they promise us the world. And by the way, they've demonstrated that when they get into office, hey, are they going to shut down illegal immigration? Nope. They won't even do that. Now, don't get me wrong. Still, basically, I vote Republican. Hope everybody else does too, because maybe they'll implement those traditional Republican policies. Maybe they'll lower my taxes. Maybe they'll protect life. Maybe they'll pass one measure that's strong on the border. Maybe. But we've got to acknowledge that we're voting for a fucking maybe. You know what Democrats vote for? A goddamn promise. We will guarantee your abortion rights. This is Democrats ran on this year. We will guarantee your abortion rights. We will guarantee transing your kids. We will guarantee CRT in your schools. We will guarantee that faggots, lesbies, dykes, cross-dressers too, to quote Rent, right? That they get special privileges. We will guarantee it. We will guarantee to tax the rich and the middle class and the upper middle class. We guarantee to do it. We're going to guarantee you some college tuition stuff. They don't always follow through on their guarantees, but it's a fucking promise that they sell. And the Republicans won't sell a fucking promise on anything. If Republicans can't promise the basic things we expect from the Republican Party, a smaller government, lower taxes, protection of life, protection of your religious rights, your First Amendment rights, your second rights, and some basic fucking liberty. If they can't promise the basics, they won't win. And if they can't do that, it means they don't want to. What happened in 2010 was an amazing thing. What happened in 2010 was the Tea Party revolution. And did you see what happened in 2010? Obama gets elected 2008. 2010 comes around and an underground grassroots movement comes out and promises the basic Republican platform. Called themselves the Tea Party. We're going back to our roots. Conservatism 101. Elected in a tidal wave of revolt against the Obama presidency. They didn't follow up on the promise, did they? Bunch of Tea Party Republicans became fucking cucks right away. Jeff Flake, weirdos like that. Just immediate cucking. But we got some bangers out of it too. We did get some bangers out of it. But the point here is what did people vote for? They voted for the fucking promise that these assholes would do whatever. Every election is faith. Every election is hope. Every single election is an investment with risk. But give us something worth risking. Just give us something to risk on. Give us a 10 and a 6. Say, I'm going to hit it. Hope I don't draw more than 5. Give it to us, for fuck's sake. They won't, though. They didn't learn from when we fucking won, when we mopped the floor, when we cleaned house. By the way, the same thing happened in 94. When Gingrich put his big-headed dick on the table. Because they promised principles. They promised the things we know Republicans do. But with that, let's talk about one more thing. Republicans have another problem, and this is part of their promise issue. There's a whole bunch of shit that Republicans should be embracing that they stubbornly and retardedly refuse. I don't care if this is controversial or not. They need to embrace legalized marijuana because there's a whole bunch of libertarians who really, really meld with the Republican Party. If you would just say, I don't really want to interfere with the most victimless crime on the fucking planet, which is possession of marijuana and use of marijuana. They need to get on board with it. It's time. Liquor is worse. Cigarettes are worse. Caffeine and sugar are worse than weed. And I don't even really like it. And if Republicans can't figure out, marijuana was literally banned to stymie Mexicans and then blacks. Like that was the purpose of passing the marijuana bans. That's it. That's what they were trying to do. Maybe that's funny, based and red-pilled and super pro-Western civilization. I don't care. That was a long time ago. That's not why it exists now. Right now, the Schedule I classification of marijuana exists because of literally just bad law and an adherence to an old documentary rather than actual science. And it's really fucking embarrassing that Republicans adhere to. I know Republican people in office right now who believe the shit from Reefer Madness. They literally believe if you do the weed, you will murder your mom with an axe. They believe that weed makes people violent. They believe that weed turns brains into Swiss cheese. They believe that weed causes all sorts of ailments. It's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. All I have to do is legalize it. You can even regulate it, you weirdos. Because Republicans love their regulations, by the way. They love them. They pretend that we're anti-regulation. They love the regulatory state on their issues. It's their favorite fucking thing. So there's a bunch of libertarians out there who are happily going to vote for Republicans. And frankly, this issue, it's gonna go. It's a time matter, not a principle matter, because there isn't a principled stance against weed unless you have a stance against every other substance that is worse that is legal. And Republicans are supposed to be the deregulators. I see the fucking dumb dude weed comment. Look, you motherfuckers are so stupid. You're so fucking stupid. Dude weed. It's not dude weed. It's about the basic fucking principle of being for capitalism and being for deregulation that Republicans espouse every day and contradict constantly on weed. Weed is a worse categorized substance than meth and cocaine. And if that doesn't fuck you up, if that doesn't tell you how stupid this is, then fist yourself. You're fucking lost and you're a retard and no one will ever save you. But the dude weed Republicans, you're the dumbest fuckers who are bringing this party into the fucking dirt. You're so stupid. And by the way, all the dude weed you're probably smoking because everybody is. And it's embarrassing to keep this charade up. Republicans are the most hypocritically moral people on the fucking planet. Moral fagging all over the planet. If any of these people showed up in any internet forum, they would be booed out of existence. But the same internet forums will sit there and be like, dude weed, all day long because they're so fucking gay and stupid. I can't even take it. You're so dumb. You're so fucking dumb. You don't even realize, like, you don't even see the hypocrisy and the stupidity of these dumb Republicans. I fucking hate it. It's so idiotic. First of all, legalize cocaine, legalize heroin, legalize everything, and let people take ownership of their fucking lives. That should be the Republican Party platform, but they're too fucking cucked. They're too fucking cucked to try and force some weird religious principle that is probably wrong on people constantly. They can't get over it. They can't stop themselves from being fucking totalitarian idiots. They can't do it. Can't do it. And again, I don't even like weed. Don't even fucking care about it. But it's time. And it's time for a whole lot more shit too. But start there. Start there. And don't start there on the principle of because it's weed, but because it's basic deregulation. It is basic forfeiting of government control over individual lives. Why do we want our government to control people? Red flag laws. Big fans of those, right, Republicans? Some are. Well, gun shouldn't be in the hands of people I think might be mentally ill. That'd be crazy. Let's take the guns away first and then find out if they're mentally ill. That's a Republican policy. It's the exact same thinking on weed. It's the exact same. Republicans regulate like crazy. They love regulation. They pretend not to. We give them a pass all the time. Well, that regulation seems reasonable. Does it though? Does that seem like a good idea? This is the problem. Republicans don't have their principles in order because they still hold on to their authoritarian history. Pretty sure the latest proposed assault weapon ban was what was it? It was a bi-party or whatever. Both parties agreed to the proposed assault weapon ban. If Republicans don't figure out what their root principles are and start applying them to the current age, then they will not win. They will not. Because guess what? All the Republican voters are fucking dying. They're dying. COVID killed a lot of them. COVID overwhelmingly killed Republicans, by the way. Overwhelmingly by the numbers. You know what it didn't kill? Democrats in training. Democrats in indoctrination camps that Republicans fucking support. Why isn't the Republican platform 100% school choice? Why is that not the Republican platform? Why isn't any Republican who is not 100% supporting school choice? Why is any Republican not 100% supporting school choice funded by the Republican Party? Why is there a single Republican who is allowed to say anything other than, I will fucking pass school choice? If you won't pass school choice, get the fuck out. Because there's somebody else we can prop up just like you. Because the public school system right now is where they indoctrinate Democrats. They train them. They build them because they can't fucking breed them because their dicks are in assholes. They won't fucking breed, so they have to co-opt and corrupt. Why there would be ever a Republican candidate who is not fully committed to school choice is beyond me. And I don't mean like, yeah, I agree with school choice. I mean, one of their top 3 issues as a candidate better fucking be, I will give you the money that the government pays to these liberal indoctrination camps, and you tell me where you want to send your kid. If you want to send him to a liberal indoctrination camp because you're fucking liberal, go for it. But if you're a freedom-loving American and you believe in liberty, and you believe in God, or you believe in nature, or whatever the fuck you believe in, you take that check and you run it to a school. And guess what? If you want to homeschool, we want to buy your supplies, we want to buy your curriculum, and we want to get your kids into the programs that other kids have for sports and extracurricular opportunities, everything you need for your kids. There are still schools where there are states right now where homeschool families pay taxes to the schools, but can't enroll their kids in things like band and, football and basketball or whatever. That's fucking bullshit. Why isn't every Republican after COVID and all the parents came home, all of the parents came home and they said, wait, what the fuck is this? They're seeing critical race theory. They're seeing pro-trans bullshit in their kids' curriculums. Their math homeworks is like, well, if Susie had 1 dick added and wanted to have 2 more dicks added, how many dicks would Susie have attached to her fucking body? Oh, also her name is Carl now. That's the word problem in a math book. And the Republicans aren't out saying, we will destroy this indoctrination in the most effective way possible by letting you choose where your kids go to school. Oh, and mandating that their curriculums are open and transparent for review. Why isn't that every Republican? Every Republican isn't saying this. Why not? After 2020, why every Republican isn't running on, I will never lock you down, close your business's doors, force you to wear a mask, or force you to get a vaccine. Every Republican, without exception, should 1, apologize, 2, spread their fucking asshole and say, if you need to, do what you need to do because we're so fucking sorry. And 3, say, I will never lock you down again. I will never do this. This was the worst decision Western governments have made in the history of humanity. Why they aren't running on that is beyond me. Why the Republican Party is giving money to any candidate who doesn't say that is why they will lose over and over again, because no one wants a piece of bread soaked in milk. And that's what Republicans are. They're the most basic, boring bullshit on the fucking planet. Unless they are independently awesome, they fucking suck. And every year we're supposed to cheerlead these fucking losers. It's like you put Cristiano Ronaldo on a women's soccer team. That's a good Republican. You're like, Ronaldo's fucking amazing. Look at this brave and wonderful trans woman just destroy everybody. But the team fucking sucks because it's still women's soccer and who gives a shit? And these Republicans won't do it. They won't do anything. You know why? Partly why is old fucking losers like John Cornyn. John Cornyn controls the wallets of the Republican Party. He's the one who determines which candidates get money from the Senate fund. You trust John Cornyn to know what's going on in the lives of a current conservative? A current Republican? Because look, conservatives are generally Republican, but not all Republicans are conservative. I'm relatively Republican. I'm not conservative. I love degeneracy. I love a whole bunch of bullshit, but I love freedom more than anything. I'm pretty conservative in my own life, actually. Like, frankly, for the most part, pretty conservative. I have my stuff. I have my fun side. That's fun for me. I don't care if you guys find it fun. But relatively speaking, I'm like, yeah, you know what you should do is probably like get married, get a job, raise a family. Women should probably work less than men if they work at all. Men should aspire to find jobs that mean their women don't have to work. It's a good plan for me. That's my basic structure. Yeah, God should be in there a little bit, maybe, you know, and care about your kids and what they do, and try and make them into better people than you are. Can you be degenerate and somewhat conservative? Absolutely. Of course you can. Of course you can. That's just conservative with a sprinkling of libertarianism. And that's fine. Those are the people I like the most. It drives me crazy. The Republicans don't see that their base values of governance don't have to do with morality, except for the morality of government interference in the little guy, the individual, the smallest minority's life. Ayn Rand nailed it when she said that the individual is the smallest minority on the planet. Have you seen Republicans lately supporting individuals, or have you seen them cucking to group ideology? Have you seen it? I haven't. I haven't seen it. I've seen them acknowledge and apologize for groups all the time. Stop it. Individual rights, individual freedom. Sometimes individual rights and individual freedom benefit groups. Sometimes it benefits groups I don't like. Supporting free speech is hard when Marxists exist. But it's still the right thing to do. Anyway, I'm getting tired. Getting tired of talking about this subject. Because it's so goddamn depressing. It's so fucking depressing to talk about these fucking weirdos and how much of a failure they are every time when the answers are obvious. If you stick to a couple core principles of a traditional Republican platform and you get your fucking weird, skewed morality out of my teeth, you'll win. You'll just win. Because even fucking weird liberals will support a platform of freedom. Look, if you're a hardcore Democrat, you're never going to vote Republican, but there's a bunch of independents that will. If you just tell them, I won't fuck with your life. I won't fuck you over, and I won't regulate you out of a business and out of a home. While Republicans and Democrats in equal measure want to regulate you, Birch Gold does not. Birchgold.com/knows is a sponsor of this show. Let's get out of the doom pilling and get into the Jew pilling. We're selling precious metals, motherfuckers, gold and silver. Now, not everybody can just go out and buy a bunch of gold bars or silver coins or shekels or clinks. Not everybody can do that, but a lot of people out there have a whole bunch of money that they have been saving up passively through their employment in either an IRA or a 401k. And Birch Gold is here to help you determine if you might benefit from a hedge against inflation, market volatility. I don't know if you guys know this, but interest rates are going through the fucking roof right now. Fed is raising rates like crazy. Mortgage rates are going up, which means all that free money, all that grift money that we've been having for years is going down the fucking shitter. When interest rates rise, you're going to see assholes pucker up. You're going to see investments tighten up. We're going to see some weird fluctuations in the market, and we don't know how it's going to go. Gold and silver have been traditional hedges against this type of market volatility. Also, inflation, which is coming harder than a 14-year-old with Pornhub. And by the way, Birch Gold is founded by a former pornographer, so he knows all about 14-year-olds cooming to porn, and he knows how to hedge against it. And how you do that might be to incorporate physical assets like gold and silver, precious metals into your portfolio. They're not here to tell you it's the best investment on the planet. They're not here to tell you that if you invest in gold and silver, oh, you're going to get massive gains and you're going to go ahead and get rich. That's not the purpose of this. It is not accurate. Gold and silver are protective measures, mitigators of risk. Because if gold and silver spike in value, we're in fucking trouble. And your worries go well beyond a 401k at that point. They are here to hedge, not to edge. And how you get unedged is to go ahead and get your full release by going to birchgold.com/knows. You click on this green button and you always click that button. And when you do, it will go, and then Birch Gold will contact you, give you a free information kit. They will let you know how you can best incorporate gold and silver into your existing retirement accounts. Of course, if you want to just buy gold and silver, you can do that on your own, but that gets pretty cash intensive, and not everybody has that much cash laying around, nor do they want to risk having it in physical capacity. Now, maybe you do, and by all means, please do that. But I don't care where you buy gold and silver from. Like, I'm not here to sell gold and silver to you from Birch. I'm just here to get you to the place where you can get information about it. Clicking the button helps me out and might help you out as well. I can tell you about all their 5-star reviews or whatever. I can tell you about their A+ rating from Better Business Bureau, because Better Business Bureau exists for some fucking reason, even though they kind of suck at the same time. But it doesn't matter. Birch Gold offers a product that helps some people. They offer knowledge that helps all people, and they support free speech, most importantly. And that's why I will let them sponsor this show as long as they want to. They've never told me not to say anything. They've never given me a script to read. And they have never told me that something I said was offensive or any other faggy fucking thing they could think of. Never. They're here. They like money and they want customers. And they don't care if the customers are the right people. Because have you felt like the right customers are the right people for a while? I know I don't. I have a feeling if they hired a hitman, they'd look at my social media and go, whoa, bro, that's some hate speech. I'm out. you're out. What kind of fucking queer are you? But birchgold.com is not that way. Not that way at all. Anyway, check them out, guys. birchgold.com/knows. There's no liquor in here. Very breaded. What was the name of the transformer that was stolen from you by that bitch teacher when you were a kid? It was reflector, I think. Refractor or reflector. He's Decepticon. It was 3 transformers together and they made a camera. All right. Let's get on to the next thing. Thank you for indulging me, by the way. Thank you for indulging my rant. Fucking pissed about this shit. I try not to care because fuck, politics are so annoying. The Italian in my chat from Mars says, shit, that was way more intense than I was expecting. Thank you. Look, from Mars. I hear that from lots of women. Actually, just one, honestly. You took my degenerate sex joke and made it into a monogamy joke. God damn it. All right, let's do this. Trump Angel says alcoholic. Sure. Okay. I'm fine with it. Look at this fucking headline. Look at the fucking headline of this article. Wait, you know what? No, don't look at it. Because tits are temporary. Look at me. I'm the streamer now. Let me read some of these chats because there's been some chats that have come in. Westbro says the voters have spoken. It may just take a while to understand what the hell they are saying. Maybe. Oh, by the way, we're at almost 9,000 people. We were just over 9,000 people, but a bunch of people left when I switched to Johnny Depp. Sorry. While you're here, if you like the show, if you like the rants, if you like the fun, if you like the non-fun, whatever you like, if you just like looking at my gay womanly shoulders, pound that fucking plussy. Pound that plussy. Hit that plus button. Hit the like button. Now, I know, look, I know, I've been watching. I know my videos aren't showing up in the Rumble Top 50, despite being in the top 3 every fucking day when you count the Rumble rants. But maybe they'll fix it. I'm not bitter, by the way. I'm not bitter that this show outperforms 99.9999% of content on Rumble, but I'm not in the top 50. I'm not bitter about that. I'm not even mad about it. But let's keep showing them so I can keep fucking saying it. Hit that plus button. Pound that plus button. This could be one of, if not the biggest show on Rumble every single night. Could be. The only reason it isn't is because the leaderboard isn't reflecting it. But let's pound that plus button anyway. Because the next time I talk to him, guess what's top on the fucking menu? Hey, by the way, why isn't my show showing up in the top 3 when it's top 3 every day? Sometimes, a lot of days, I would have 2 shows in the top 3. Why isn't it showing up? I couldn't tell you. But let's pound that plusy, hit that plus button, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up if you're on Android, plus button if you're on iPhone or browser. Hit that. Hit that. I really appreciate when you do. Because Rumble's supposed to be a meritocracy. It's supposed to reflect the people who are having the biggest shows to let other people know. Let other people know, hey, some other people like this. Maybe I should check it out. Let's hit that button if you can. And look, guys, I know many of you watch on an app through like a TV or something like that, and you're like, I don't have a plus button. Please, for just a show, if you want to do it for every show, that'd be great. But for just a show, take a second, open up Rumble on your phone or your browser and click that plus button. Make it fucking happen. Because the way this show works has always been, no matter where it is, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, the way this show has always succeeded, for some fucking reason, I don't know why it is. I am literally always fighting against the fucking platform I'm on. Literally always. I don't understand. But I will fight against whatever. And I will consistently be me. And though every platform on earth may push back against me, I know that I've got good fucking people who watch the show, who aren't afraid of being a little bit challenged, who aren't afraid of being a little bit pushed, and frankly, who aren't afraid of being a little bit tugged, if you know what I mean, towards maybe a little bit different way of thinking. Because what they find is some fucking honesty. And I'm tired of all these fucking dishonest faggots running every platform, running every show, running everything, sitting around pretending to be someone they're not. What you get here, what you get with me, which is what you'll always get. 100% fucking honesty, integrity, and fuck you attitude. And I love every one of you weirdos who comes out and shows up. Thank you. And if you think I will ever cuck my standards to some platform standards, guess they'll all have to ban me. And when they all ban me, I'll broadcast on ham fucking radio. Because I am so goddamn tired of corporatism. All right. Yes, Ryan, the editor, that is the right one. Now, guys, I had to put a little time between the Birch Gold ad and this because my Birch Gold ad is contractually obligated. I'm contractually obligated to say this. But my I'm libidically or obligated to talk about the real sponsor of the show. Birch Gold's like, yeah, we'll give you good money. And they do. They pay me very well. We'll give you good money to promote our product. But you know who gives me the best money to promote the best product? The best money to promote the best product. RekietaLaw.locals.com. And I'm telling you, I say it every time, it is the best chat on the fucking planet. It is the best chat on the planet. We had Ass Wednesday today. Don't even ask. RekietaLaw.locals.com. If you're not in locals, you're missing basically half the show. Rumble's chat. It's not you chatters' fault, by the way. Rumble chatters, I love you. I think that gets missed. I think you guys are fucking hilarious. I think you're cool. And I can't follow the Rumble chat because the app is so fucking bad. And the chat is so fucking 1999 that I can't take it. It's hard to read. It's hard to follow. They don't have the basic shit in there to make a chat great. But locals, despite the glitches, really fucking does. And more importantly, locals is full of awesome people, my biggest supporters, my biggest simps, and it's $5 a month. And I promise you, there is nowhere on earth, this is my promise to you, there's nowhere on earth you will get as much entertainment for $5 a month that you will get on my locals. Not only that, let me take a fucking look at the numbers here. I have done so far this month, it is November 10th. It is November 10th. I've done 7 locals live streams, 7 of them. In 10 days, I've done 7 locals live streams. Did you see them? No? Oh, well, I subscribed on Rumble and YouTube. Oh, did you? Why aren't you following on locals? Why aren't you following on the platform where all of my content lands? All of it. It'll tell you where I'm streaming. It'll tell you where I'm guesting. And most importantly, it'll tell you where I'm streaming exclusively on locals. And further, even when I'm not streaming on locals, I'm in the chat like 12 hours out of the workday. If you like this content, if you like freedom, come to locals. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed in your investment. Try it out. $5. That's it. $5 fucking dollars. Get in the locals chat, post dildo memes, meme the shit out of me, make fun of me all day. It's the best. Call me all of the racial slurs. Your words are not censored on locals. I know in Rumble chat, they're censoring fuck. You guys are typing fuck in all your comments, right? And you're like, I fucking hate this. You notice how you don't see anybody typing fuck in Rumble? Maybe you didn't notice that no one was typing fuck until now. Jessweg, you're one of the people I pay attention to. What are you fucking talking about? Anyway, check out RekietaLaw.locals.com. I try to make it the most worthy $5 you'll ever spend. Because I get it. I really do get it. And there's new stuff coming to locals from me all the time. I understand. Like, look, $5 a month is not a minimum thing. It's not a minimum thing for people. I know. And I know what I'm asking. And I plan to deliver you far more content than anything else that you pay $5 a month for. So check it out. If you don't like it, don't subscribe, please. Please don't. It is for a special brand of degenerate, freedom-loving asshole. That's what Locals actually is. And if you're not a degenerate, freedom-loving asshole, you won't fit in there. You won't like it. I promise you. But if you are a freedom-loving asshole, get in there. All right. Okay, let me read a couple super chats and then we're going to go into the category. Tim of Tams says, from us at the pre-stream, U.S. elections are corrupt by design. Australia can cast and count 15 million in-person paper ballots in about a day. Get good or get fucked. Rumble.com/the pre-stream. It shouldn't even take a day. They should update in real time. It should be hourly updates. This is the president. These are the elections of the United States. There should be no better system on earth for tracking and updating votes than this. Hartman says, if Republicans would legalize weed, roll back the NFA, regularly audit the Fed, and stop worshiping cops, they'd have my vote every time. It's amazing. And the crazy thing about that is, every one of those things comports with Republican principles. But they've gotten so cucked to law enforcement. And like, look, there's a big difference between saying, yeah, that officer didn't shoot that person because they're racist. They shot that person because they were a threat. And going, I'll simp 100% for law enforcement, which law enforcement routinely lies to put people in prison. Let me just say that again for the fucking people who haven't heard it. Cops lie under oath all the time. And the good cops out there who are tempted to say, well, I don't, stop for a second. I know you don't. I know, but I also know that you know cops who do, and you're uncomfortable with it because you're a good fucking person. And Republicans, 1,000% support cops while they lie to put you in fucking prison. And a lot of times they're trying to put you in prison for words. More and more, for a Facebook post, for a Twitter post, for a review. They go, you're threatening violence here. This is a violent threat. This is a terroristic threat. Plead guilty now or go to prison for 20 years. Republicans constantly simp for cops. Hey, wait, it's a crime for you to lie to cops. Maybe it should be a crime for cops to lie to you. Did you ever think of that? Basic policy. Basic fucking policy. Hey, maybe as an idea, we can make it illegal for cops and FBI to fucking lie, to put people in prison. Might be a good idea. When they charge you with a bogus crime and then they charge you for lying and they dismiss the charges on the bogus crime, but then get you on lying. All right, here, let's go over to Locals chat. Karamachat says love back at you, Karamachat. And Amar Archer Gaming. Oh, wait. Amar Archer Gaming says, hey, Rackets, why don't we have electoral college for the state level? I don't know. I don't know that state level electoral colleges. I like the idea. Razorfist has talked about it, and you'll have to review his video and determine if it's the right thing. I don't know if it's the right thing, but it's not mandated under the Constitution, is the long and short answer to that. Should states implement a state level electoral college? Maybe. But under the Constitution, that's up to the states. The federal government doesn't get to mandate that. Okay, here we go. I keep drinking. This is going to get really interesting. Start prosecuting LEOs for entrapment. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Let's get real on this. Again, 1 second. Now you got me drunk and you got me thinking about this. Law enforcement officers who participate in entrapment are the same as women who lie about rape to destroy lives of men. And what do we want from those women? We want them prosecuted and charged and convicted and sentenced to the sentence that the male would have received for the false allegation if he was convicted. Why isn't that the same standard for law enforcement? Why isn't it that way? Law enforcement can lie to you. They can entrap you. They can literally fuck your life. They can fuck your life. Look at the extreme skier down in New Mexico. Down in New Mexico. Shot a guy in self-defense. Pretty obvious self-defense. No fucking evidence that he shot that guy as a murderer. The state had no case. We covered the closing arguments the other yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. And hold on. We we covered that yesterday. And we watched the closing arguments. They had no case. They had nothing. They had literally nothing. That guy was in jail for 2.5 years. 2.5 years of your life fucking deleted. Lucas Gerhard, 19 years old. 2 years between 19 and 21. Deleted from existence. Deleted. Just gone. Sorry, some fat fucking cunt decided that you meant a terroristic thing on your Snapchat that she wasn't included on. Some fat fucking fatso. Some gross, feminist, cobweb-crotched piece of garbage lied about what you said and about how they felt. And you know why? Because you said maybe women should be the same standard as men on police forces. Do you guys know about Lucas Gerhard? This guy's my homeboy. I got to talk to him soon. I'm going to bring him on the show again when his when everything's clear and fully done. When the state can no longer appeal his case. I'm going to bring him on the show. We're going to have a good chat. This is a kid. He brought a gun to school. He posted the gun on Snap. School, college, where you could bring guns. They had an armory where you could check it in. He brought his gun to the armory and checked it in. Posted a picture on Snapchat of his AR-15. And some fat fucking cunt reported him to the police and said he was going to shoot up the college. And you know why she did it? Because on a forum essay question, he was required to answer as part of the class curriculum. He said, I don't think that police should lower their physical standards to allow women to be police officers. But if female police officers can pass the same physical standards as men, then it should be fine. That's it. That was his controversial take. And for a year, these neo-feminist dykes fucking hounded him. They got him kicked out of everything. They canceled him from everything he could do and eventually got him arrested for quote unquote terroristic threats, where he would spend 2 years almost under the state's thumb for literally just speech. These are the same fucking people. These are all the same fucking people. And this is what cops lying is akin to. Because those cops will put you in jail for the rest of your life. They will lie on the fucking stand. I've watched it. People are like, well, you don't have the most extensive case history. No, I don't. And the fact that within like 4 cases, I saw police lying on the stand under oath, demonstrably lying on the stand under oath with no punishment because they never get punished for it. That should scare you way more than my record in court, which I have never bragged about my experience. I have never overstated my experience. I've never done anything like that. Never. That should terrify you. That in the few criminal cases that I have taken and gone to court with, that I've seen police lying on multiple occasions, under oath, verifiably lying, it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. And Republicans simp for this constantly. But George Floyd is one case. One case. Don't simp for cops because of one case. Stop it. They will fuck your ass and they will laugh at you. They'll pull your hair and spit at you. And they won't do it because they like you or because you like it. They'll do it when you don't like it. And then they'll be like, support me in my racism defense shooting. You'll be like, yeah, cops are great. Fucking Republicans every fucking time. Every fucking time. They'll put the ATF will come to your house and shoot your dog for no fucking reason. And Republicans will be like, let's get them, law enforcement. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. All right. Colonel Odie says to address politics, repeal 422-3.A. I don't know what that even is. Okay. Here we go. Let's bring up this Johnny Depp. I'm done talking politics now. You cannot even try to distract me into politics again. Let me read the super chat. Amazing Wireless 2. Rekieta Law has radicalized me. Subscribe to his locals for my manifesto. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Here this article. Sore winner Johnny Depp appeals $2 million granted to Amber Heard in defamation trial. Sore winner? You fucking dyke. Hold on. This is the fucking media, right? Like, well, Johnny Depp, he won, so he won his 10 million, so he should just take the 2 million. No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't take the 2 million. What the fuck kind of craziness is this? But yet here we are. Here we are. Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. The trial that never ends continues to never end. Johnny Depp was the clear winner of his U.S. defamation trial against ex-wife Amber Heard. Not only in a legal sense, the jury awarded him $10.4 million, but also in a cultural sense. He's being propped up by Hollywood. Listen to the language. Listen to the language, how fucking mad they are. They're so fucking mad. They're so fucking angry. Again, and as fans everywhere villainizing Heard, listen to the language. Johnny Depp is now the oppressor. These people never thought that he was not guilty. They thought he was guilty because she said so. Because a woman spoke, Johnny Depp was guilty. Not content with that resounding victory, Depp has now filed an appeal for the comparatively paltry $2 million granted to Heard in her countersuit. Listen to that. Listen to that idea. Listen to that idea. Well, it's only 2 million. He was awarded 10 million. He should just fucking take it. He just fucking take it. It's just $2 million. It's just $2 million. It's a paltry sum compared to his 10 million. No, fuck you. No, fuck you people. Literally, fuck you people. This court should reverse the judgment on Ms. Heard's counterclaim as to April 27 Waldman's statement, but should otherwise affirm the judgment in Mr. Depp's favor, reads the actor's latest filing in Virginia's Court of Appeals per deadline. Of course it does. It's the correct thing to do. The 2 million judgment is not supported by facts or law, period. They clearly gave that $2 million judgment as a compromise to the one holdout. Fine, we'll fucking do anything. These people are still simping. They're still simping for Amber Heard. Amber Heard needs to end up as a fucking toilet. She needs to go on OnlyFans and put that ass up for rent. Because that's all she's got. She's never been a good actress. She's always been propped up by Johnny Depp's fame. And then she tried to turn the fucking tides, put the cards in her favor, ruin a successful man's life with lies, which she did, by the way. Ruin a successful man's life with lies. And then turn that into publicity for her to promote her shit performance in Aquaman. Pray for an Aquaman 2 and 3 that she was in. Are we fucking kidding me? This is the quintessential female privilege. I will ride the trailing dick of a man And then I will fuck him in the ass, send him packing, and take all his success for my own. Because I am woman. Not because I'm talented. Not because I have a gift. Not because I did something special or useful. Solely because I have a vagina and he must be a monster because he's a man. And so many fucking simps will just deal with it. That was her entire plan. Now it backfired. If she shot too high. She shot too fucking high. If she had done this to anyone lower than Johnny Depp, imagine what she could have done. Imagine the damage she could have done to anybody else. Fuck Amber Heard. But no one wants to. No one wants to. All right, here we go. The appeal filed by Depp's lawyer, Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez, decries the judgment in Mr. Heard's favor as erroneous, claiming even if the court were to conclude that Mr. Depp could be held liable for Mr. Waldman's allegedly tortious conduct, which he should not be, they didn't prove the fucking facts. And they did not link the law of agency in this case to the facts of this case. They didn't have any testimony, and they could have. They didn't have any testimony that that Waldman acted or in the employment and interest of Johnny Depp as an agent. They didn't do it. They could have tried, and they fucking didn't. All right. Here we go. The trial court nonetheless erred in denying Mr. Depp's motion for summary judgment and motion to strike because Ms. Heard failed to present evidence to establish one of the required elements of defamation. Specifically, Ms. Heard failed to present evidence that Mr. Waldman acted with actual malice when he made the April 27th statement. Maybe. I also think they failed to show the agency relationship. They never fucking did. They never showed that Adam Waldman made those comments in his professional capacity, which would have been easy to do, by the way. All you had to do was call any witness. This is a crazy thing for just a prima facie showing. So we have to get to a motion to dismiss. All right? Because that's what this is about. This is about a motion to dismiss. This is legal gamesmanship. Here, I'm going to drunk law splain to you at the highest fucking level. Because I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you what. Watch this. I love some of my other lawyers who stream, who post, who do whatever. There is no one on earth who's going to do what I'm going to do right now. I'm fucking tossed. And I'm going to tell you about a deep element of the law right now. That's right. I'm going to tickle your fucking cervix with the tip of this wisdom. Here we go. This is about the procedure that the court followed. The court followed a procedure. Let's get bigger. The court followed a procedure here. The question was summary judgment motion and a motion to strike. So here's how this works. Something happens and you request a summary judgment motion. We'll tackle this one first. Now, a summary judgment motion says all of the facts in this case that have been presented at present are read in favor of the non-moving party. So if I move for summary judgment as attorney for Johnny Depp, every fact of the case is read in favor of Amber Heard. And all Amber Heard needs to do is make a prima facie, on the face of it, showing of the basic elements of the claim. They're alleging that Amber Heard failed to make an on the face of it argument and factual representation of the element of actual malice from defamation on her claim that Adam Waldman defamed her, and therefore Johnny Depp defamed her as his agent. Actual malice is where someone acts with reckless disregard for the truth or actual knowledge of the falsity. It is one of the things that consistently makes defamation of a public figure so fucking hard, because actual malice requires some sort of manifestation of either knowledge of the falsity. I know I'm lying. Literally, a tweet, a text, someone testifying, I know I am lying. Or reckless disregard for the truth. Now, reckless disregard seems easy. It seems easy to say anyone could have found this, but that's not the standard. The standard is, what basic standard practices do you have when you speak? If we're talking about a journalistic operation, for example, let's say they require 2 sources to verify any assertion. If they only use one source, then they have created a standard of 2 sources, and they have failed to meet that standard by using one. If they're not a journalistic operation, it's just a reasonable person standard, which means, would any normal, similarly situated person find a possibility this is true? Here's the crazy thing. Amber Heard didn't provide either of those things. She did not provide evidence of actual malice of Waldman. In fact, all of the evidence about Waldman is actually in the contrary capacity. Waldman seemed to genuinely believe that Amber Heard was lying about Johnny Depp from jump. He acted in a way that suggested that he believed that she was lying about Johnny Depp from jump. He contacted the police. He brought a huge case file to the police department. He said, hey, this might help your investigation. None of this shit is real. All of this shit is false. That's what Waldman did. I would add, and maybe they do, I haven't read the appeal document, but let's ignore that for a second and say, I would add to the appeal that Amber Heard failed to provide any evidence of an agency relationship between Johnny Depp and Adam Waldman. And by the way, there absolutely was obviously an agency relationship between Johnny Depp and Adam Waldman in general. I don't know if it applied to this particular thing at this particular time. And the reason I don't know that is because Amber Heard and her team failed to lock down the most basic agency argument that exists, which is Johnny Depp had a contract with Adam Waldman. Adam Waldman spoke on behalf of Johnny Depp. And more importantly, element 3, this is the deep law. This is the deep law. Okay. Are you ready for this? This is all they had to do. Number 3, would a reasonable person encountering Adam Waldman on this issue at this time reasonably believe that Johnny Depp had hired him and directed him to do this thing? Now, let me just say it. Of fucking course, Adam Waldman was acting as an agent of Johnny Depp. where in the trial did they bring the witness, which all they'd have to do is bring the cop. Literally, all they have to do is call the fucking cop or have an affidavit. One of those two things. And they say, did you, when Adam Waldman reported this, believe he was acting on behalf and in the employ of Johnny Depp? That's it. That's it. They didn't bring a cop to say it. They didn't bring another witness to say it. They didn't bring anyone to say, actually, I believe that Adam Waldman was acting as a hired agent for Johnny Depp at this point. It's all they had to do. I don't know if they put that in their appeal. I would. I absolutely would. And I'm fucking trash, but I believe this when I'm sober. It's crazy what the standard is versus what courts do. And this fucking cunt wants courts to not do. They wanted them to not do it. Here we go. Ms. Heard presented no evidence at trial. Mr. Depp was personally involved in directing or making the Waldman statements. Oh, perfect. It was just a product of the Yahoo article. They actually do say this. No evidence presented at trial of, in brackets, of an agency relationship, which is the critical element here. You have to prove it. You have to prove everything in court. It can be obvious. It doesn't matter. If it's not in evidence, it never fucking happened. Guys, you can walk up and shoot 9 people in the back of the head. But if government can't prove that you shot 9 people in the back of the head, if all they can do is show you evidence of their funeral, if all they can do is show you evidence that they're dead, then you didn't shoot 9 people according to the court. And I'm going to say it, you fuckers. Try and find another lawyer who could explain agency law in the context of the Johnny Depp defamation trial while several drinks of 60% alcohol deep. That's why you come here. And that's why I come on you. All right, here we go. Instead, she chose to pursue a pure vicarious liability claim against Mr. Depp, contending that he was liable for Mr. Waldman's allegedly defamatory statement simply because Mr. Waldman was his attorney, which is not how it works. Heard, who presented evidence in a similar UK libel case, wherein a judge found the labeling of Depp as a wife beater to be substantially true. This is not a similar UK libel case, is not at all similar. This is a fucking lie. I fucking hate this. The UK and the US are not the same. One is a bunch of prissy faggots who wear blonde wigs or whatever, and the other is the goddamn United States. Stop pretending that freedom of speech is real in England. And if any of you English motherfuckers want to say, oh yeah, we have freedom of speech, y'all. Yeah, fuck you. No, you don't. No, you don't. And you haven't for decades. Because your fucking parliament cannot be bound by a prior act of parliament, and they can't be bothered to routinely protect speech. England has been ass fucked on speech forever. Fuck you. You are not America. Stop pretending that you're a Western culture, England. You're not. You're a 1.5 Eastern culture. You have a bunch of maniacal fucking tyrants, and you still recognize a goddamn cuckold monarchy. You weirdos. You weirdos. You let these people run your lives and steal your money. At least we elect our rapists. There's no such thing as freedom of speech in the UK. Anyway, Heard, who presented evidence in a similar UK libel case, it's not similar at all, wherein a judge found the labeling of Depp as a wife beater to be substantially true based on 12 of 14 examined incidents that they did not get to present counter evidence to because, quote unquote, Amber Heard was a victim, therefore we can't attack her credibility. It was so fucking silly. It was so fucking silly. In the US, Amber Heard's credibility was on trial. That was a key element of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. And if you don't understand that, go back and watch my coverage of the case. Amber Heard's credibility was put on trial and no one believed her. The jury didn't believe her. The audience didn't believe her. No one believed her. In the UK, she was allowed to literally testify behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. They could not see her body language, couldn't effectively cross-examine her. They weren't allowed to challenge her truthfulness. Johnny Depp lost. When he came to the US, what happened? Everybody got to challenge her truthfulness. Everybody got to see her in public. Did anybody believe her? No. Nobody believed her. Of course not. She wasn't credible. She came across as a liar. All right, here we go. Has also indicated plans to appeal the Virginia verdict. Depp's latest filing seems to continue his promise of total global humiliation. No, that was something said in anger. But what he's doing is just justice. Johnny Depp does not owe Amber Heard $2 million for the statements of Adam Waldman. Adam Waldman may owe Amber Heard some amount. I don't believe he does. This is not a fact-based decision. This is a compromise decision. Someone didn't want to award Johnny Depp money. They said, what if we give Amber Heard something? And they said, I guess I'm okay with that. I just feel like she was wronged. And so I want her to win something. That's what they did. That's it. All right. Total global humiliation for his ex, something she spoke to following the U.S. trial. I know he promised it. I testified to this, she said at the time. I'm not a good victim. I get it. I'm not a likable victim. I'm not a perfect victim. You're not a victim at all. You're a fucking abusive cunt. But when I testified, I asked the jury to just see me as a human and to hear his own words, which is a promise to do this. It feels as though he has more from the AV club. Wait. That's it. It's not actually more from the AV club. It's actually done. Here you have it, guys. Mary Kate Carr. No, I want to go over to. Wait, where were you? Where were you, whore? Anyway, I don't know. Too drunk to navigate the internet. That's what she looks like. But she works for the AV club, which should tell you everything you need to know. Too much whiskey? I don't know. Maybe. It doesn't matter. Okay. Holy shit. Let's move. So that's Johnny Depp. Lady Rackets, what are you doing? I don't have Messenger open. Why are you still awake? I thought you were asleep. What's wrong with you? Go to bed, woman. Go to bed. I've got another subject to talk about. Okay, here we go. I like that lady a lot. Here we go. She's naked in bed waiting for you. Dude, my balls have no cum left in them. Okay. That was personal. All right. Let's see. Where are we? What am I talking about next? I don't even remember anymore. Oh yes, this one. This one. She sent nudes. No, not right now. She didn't send nudes. What are you talking about? Stop showing me that fucking message. Where? There it is. Look at this shit. This fucking picture. Panzer dude, I notice when you call me fat, it hurts me every time. Keep calling me fat, baby girl. Here we go. We're on the last subject of the day. U.S. Appeals Court beauty pageant can bar trans contestants. And who doesn't find Alex here fucking hot? I don't know. Good God. Is anybody fooled by this shit anymore? Is anybody fooled by this shit anymore? Would you seriously walk up to this in a bar and be like, anything other than, hey, bro, how is the latest football game? I can't fucking take it. Guys, stop being fooled by this shit. The Adam's apple gives it away. I can't. Right. I should probably stop drinking. That'd be a good idea. Here we go. Look at this thing. This guy's name is Alex. Jumbo Jinx says that's a dude. No, that is not a dude. That is clearly a femoid. How dare you? Boise. A federal appellate court on Wednesday said a national beauty pageant has a First Amendment right to exclude a transgender woman from competing because including her could interfere with the message the pageant has said it wants to send about what it means to be a woman. Oh, shit. That sounds like a Shania Twain song. I forget how 60% alcohol whiskey hits. When 3 drinks is actually 5 drinks. It's something kind of special. All right, we're doing it. All right, okay, here we go. The Ninth Circuit, which, by the way, was absolutely fortified by Trump. Trump spent his time appointing judges to the Ninth Circuit. To make them less of a fucking shit show. Trump has stacked the Ninth Circuit and tried to fix it. The Ninth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals ruling came in response to a lawsuit filed by Anita Green, who said the Miss United States of America pageant violated an Oregon state anti-discrimination law when it barred her from competing in 2019. Fuck off, you non-cunt. Fuck off, you punt. That's a penis that has been chopped and quartered and then shoved inside a man to become a woman. Drinking. All right. Green, who is transgender. No. Oh, is it? Is this transgender? Really? I couldn't fucking tell. It doesn't look like a Vulcan with a 12-inch penis. Fuck off. Has competed in several pageants, including Miss Montana, Miss Earth, and Miss World Universal. She was living in Clackamas, Oregon. Was preparing to compete in the Miss United States of America's Miss Oregon pageant when she said the organization rejected her application because it did not consider her to be a natural-born female. You're not a natural-born female. You're born as a fucking man. I'm sorry God hated you, but you were born as a fucking guy. You are still a man. Wow. You're born a fucking man. That's it. Let me be clear on this. You want tattoos? I don't care. Body piercings? I don't care. Want to chop your fingers off? I don't give a shit. Chop your dick off, turn it inverted, whatever. I don't fucking care what you do to your body. I don't care what you do to anything. That's yours. Go do it. Don't fucking tell me to subsidize it. Don't tell me to approve of it. Don't tell me to endorse it. And please, for the love of Christ, don't make me pay for it. I don't want any of that shit. You do you, because I believe in freedom. But fuck off if you ask me to support your freedom. I will tell you every day, don't be trans. Don't be trans. Because what you think, when you think you're the opposite gender, when you think you're the opposite thing, that's a lie fed to you by society. And it's bullshit. Oh, I'm a woman, but I like football. Okay, like football. Who fucking cares? Well, I like diving into fucking muff. Who doesn't? Who cares? None of this is real. None of this is true. Stop being like this. Stop accepting a false reality about who you are. Stop taking a social construct and making it your life. It's not. It's also not your identity. But look, if you want to chop your dick into quarters and shove it inside you, go for it. I don't fucking care what you do with your life. I don't care. I'm not here to stop you. I never have been. Don't ask me to approve of it. That's all I ask. But you know what I do approve of, guys? I actually do approve of something. And I just saw her in chat. Here's what I approve of. Nina Infinity has a cosplay calendar. If you want a non-trans person making a cosplay calendar, my good friend Nina Infinity is here. She's in my locals chat. She's a terrific friend. I like her so much. And she's got, look at this Faye Valentine cosplay she's got going. Here she is on fundraiser.com. I'm going to share the link in all of the platforms. I don't want to raise $30. I want to raise a whole lot more. You could raise $30. Bitch, don't underestimate me. Here we go. I'm sharing this on Rumble. I'm going to share it on Odyssey in just a second. And I'm going to share it on Locals. Here we go. Please do not. Fuck you, Odyssey. I'm not spamming. I'm the fucking content creator. Fuck off. Why does Odyssey tell me I'm spamming? Fucking die. God damn it. There we go. I added to the end of the URL, gay ass Odyssey is a faggot. And then it let me post it again. Okay, don't spam on Odyssey. That would be really shitty. Why all these free speech platforms? All of them are fucking gay. All of them. Anyway, Nina's a good friend. She's also super fucking pretty. And she's also super fucking cool. All three things are awesome. She's got a cosplay calendar 2023. She's got 27 days left. Look, she's got Faye Valentine. Blue tier, ships worldwide. It includes a calendar. Yellow tier, calendar plus an A2 size poster. Red tier, calendar, A2 poster plus an art book. 30 pages, 8 by 11 inches, which, look, that's what I tell women. Look, it's 8 by 11 inches. I don't even know what that means. We'll include something. Who fucking cares? So you can check this out. You can see this. She's got the Faye Valentine look going. Terrific. She's got the Tomb Raider Lara Croft look right here. Fantastic. I don't know what she's got some artsy shit. I don't know what. Oh, here we go. Faye Valentine, Lara Croft, Sailor Moon, Tifa, Triss, the video game version because she's not black. You can't be in blackface now. Chun-Li, Supergirl, Punisher, Ninja Girl, Talia al Ghul, Red Sonja, and a Christmas elf. Those are the months of this thing. Guys, look, here's what I support. Very simple. I support two things. Degeneracy is number one. Nina, is your calendar laminated? That's the first question. And number two, I support independent creation. I support independent creation. Independent creators doing their own thing. Let's make a parallel economy. Everybody on earth, every pop star, male and female, makes a fucking calendar and they sell them at Walmart. Fuck Walmart. Fuck traditional distribution models. Fuck everything. We are here to make a place where good people. Why is it not laminated? Why? Will these women listen to me for 2 seconds? Laminate that shit. It's $2 extra per unit. Stop it. But that being said, everyone, every pop star, every celebrity, every whatever, they have a calendar. It goes in Walmart. It goes in Target. They make some sort of brand deal. No, we don't do that. We are independent creators. We are the people who make the shit that we make the popular shit, but we make it fucking better. We make it fucking better. If I know anything about Nina, she's committed to making the best fucking product you can buy, the best thing you can get. So give her a shot, give her a look. Also, follow her on Instagram, follow her on YouTube. I'm going to have her on pretty soon. We're going to have a good discussion, but we're also going to talk about this. Again, Nina's a good friend of mine. I like her very much, and I wish her nothing but success. She's got a $10,000 goal. Guys, here we go. Her goal is 10 grand. And a bunch of weirdos on Twitter says, she'll never make it. All of those ugly, disgusting people are either male to female trans or they want to be. And they're all saying, she'll never make it because they would never make it. Let's make it happen for Nina. Let's make it happen. She's fantastic. She's cool. She's sexy. What do you want? What more do you want from a calendar than fantastic, cool, and sexy? I don't know. But check it out. Here we go. I'll keep tabs on it as we go. I'll probably talk about it more. Where were we? Here we were. Here we be. Here we be. Hold on 1 second. I got to send a message. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to send something in locals chat. Here we go. Back to this bullshit. Green sued, contending the organization was violating a state law that makes it illegal to deny public accommodations to people based on their sex or gender identity. But attorneys for the Miss United States of America pageants said the pageant program was designed to celebrate and promote natural-born women. It was natural-born women. By sending a message of biological female empowerment, the pageant has several requirements for contestants, including some based on contestants' age, marital status, and gender identity. Woo! Damn it. Look, I've got to post something in locals. I'm sorry. I'm telling you. Locals chat is, they're my bae. Where'd you fucking go? Okay, here we go. There. All right. Here, back to this thing. Could green suit? Yeah. But here we go. Sending message biological female empowerment, marital status and gender identity. The Ninth Circuit's 3-judge panel voted 2-1. 2-1 in favor of the pageant organization, saying that forcing the pageant to include a transgender woman would fundamentally alter the message the pageant was trying to send. True. As with theater, cinema, or the Super Bowl halftime show, beauty pageants combine speech with live performances, such as music and dancing to express a message. Judge Lawrence Van Dyke, which you know is good, Lawrence Van Dyke, wrote for the majority. And while the content of the message varies from pageant to pageant, it is commonly understood that beauty pageants are generally designed to express the ideal vision of American womanhood. I love this. They just literally said the ideal version of American womanhood doesn't have a fucking dick swinging between its legs. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. The appellate court agreed with the lower court's finding that someone viewing the pageant's decision to exclude transgender women would likely understand that the pageant organizers did not believe that transgender women qualified as female. Beast. It's fucking fantastic. Forcing the pageant to include transgender contestants would amount to compelled speech, a violation of the First Amendment. And the fact that the pageant was a business that engages in commerce wasn't enough to overcome that free speech right, the panel found. Guys, I got to share something with you. Can I share something with you? Me to you. I have not disclosed this. I have not disclosed this. The Minnesota Lawyers Professional Responsibility Board is currently investigating me. This is exclusive to you. They're currently investigating me. They say that my reading the names of the baseless bullshit ethics complaints based on defamation, that impeded and affected the administration of justice, even though they were dismissed without investigation. Somehow, my broadcasting of the names themselves in dismissed actions was impeding the administration of justice. So they've been investigating me. I told them very clearly the ethics complaints against me are unrelated to the practice of law and entirely related to my First Amendment protected activity. And this now also implicates my Sixth Amendment right to confront my accusers. Because I don't know if you guys know this. I think I made it clear in a previous live stream, probably a couple years ago, though. You cannot sue someone even if they lie about what you say to the Lawyers Professional Responsibility Office. They're able to defame you in the worst ways. They're able to lie about what you say. They're able to lie about what you do. They're able to lie about everything and make their claim with no prejudice to the possibility that they're lying. So I told them, I said, that's fucked up, bro. Because if you discipline me, you'll release their names. How can my releasing of their names have anything to do, have a fucking thing to do with their privacy when if you discipline me, their names get released? By the way, if they discipline me, here's how it goes. A complaint is filed. They'll determine to investigate or not investigate. If they don't investigate, they dismiss it. If they investigate, they have to then file a disciplinary action. If they file a disciplinary action, I'm going to hire the most fucking based lawyer on the planet, and I will fucking disclose everything about these people as part of the action. Fuck you. Fuck you, Lawyers Professional Responsibility Office. I will bend you over on the altar of the First Amendment and the Sixth. I have a right to confront my accusers, and you fucking faggots prevent me from filing a lawsuit for defamation based on complaints that they post on Twitter. Oh, you want a fucking Sixth Amendment? They've accused me of shit that's a lie. I will fuck them and I'll fuck you. And I'll fuck you in front of the Supreme Court of the United States, you fucking bitches. Fuck you. You think this law license is worth more than my rights? Fuck you. I will fucking destroy all of you. All of you. On the altar of the First Amendment and free fucking speech. And the Sixth Amendment and the right to confront coward fucking accusers who know they're lying to try and harm me, who post their lies on Twitter for the public. I didn't disclose their shit. They did. Fuck them. Fuck them in the mouth. Fuck them everywhere. I'm so goddamn tired of this shit. I didn't give up my First and Sixth Amendment rights because I'm an attorney. I embrace them, and I will ream the shit out of you. I will take you 1983 to federal court, and I will burn you, and I will force you to fucking pay me for what you did. Fuck you. I haven't disclosed it, and I won't. I won't disclose the name of the person who filed a lawsuit or who filed this claim against me, because guess what? I don't disclose ongoing matters because I understand my ethical obligation. But when a matter is dismissed, it's fucking done. And the people who filed it can fucking deal with the consequences of lying about me and everybody else. Fuck you. I have a First Amendment right, and I have not violated a single goddamn law of Minnesota or the United States. You want to punish me for speech that isn't violative of law? Fucking try it. I'll take it to the Minnesota Supreme Court. I'll take it to the U.S. Supreme Court. I'll be the motherfucker that secures the right for every online attorney to protect his reputation against fucking troon bullshit every day. Fuck you. These fucking people lied about what I said. They openly lied about what I said. There was a fucking video attached that doesn't say what I said. They know that what they posted was a lie. They know that what they reported was a lie. They know it was a fucking lie. Fuck them. That is actual malice. And I can't sue them, but you bet your ass I can talk about it in public. And fuck them, fuck their names, fuck their addresses, and fuck you if you think I can't do it. I will fucking destroy you on the altar of fucking freedom. And if you disbar me, I'll fucking do it 1,000 times. I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. Fuck you. I'm so fucking pissed at these people. Free speech doesn't stop when you get a law license. Nothing these people have said about me has anything to do with my practice of law ever. None of it has to do with my law license. It's all entirely related to my First Amendment protected speech. If you want to employ the state to take away my right to speak, I will fucking wreck you. I will wreck you over and over until you fucking like it. Ooh. Fuck these people. Fuck everybody. We get to speak. This is still goddamn America. And I will not fucking cuck to anybody ever. Take it away. I dare you. I dare you to try. I'm so tired of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this. Imagine you. Here's the thing. Imagine you express your opinion and a government, not Twitter, not Facebook, not an individual, a government comes in and says, I'm sorry, you sacrificed your opinion for a license. I don't use my license. My law license is entirely a financial drain on me. I maintain it at my expense, period. You give me nothing. You've done nothing for me. Your law license, I don't practice. I don't go to court. I don't represent clients. I don't want to. I'm a broadcast personality, but I maintain my license because I worked for it. I worked fucking hard to get that license. That's why I preserve it. That's it. That's the sole reason. I don't need it to do YouTube. I don't need it to do Odyssey. I could put my license in inactive status right now. Say, when I decide to come back to practicing law, I'll reactivate my license. But right now, I really like broadcasting. No, I maintain an active status because I fucking worked for it. I sacrificed time with my family. I sacrificed time with my leisure. I sacrificed time with my hobbies. I sacrificed employment. I did everything to get this license. You want to take it away from me because you lied about what I said about Keffels? You want to take it away? Okay. That's mine. I don't care if I don't play with my toy anymore. You want to take it from me? You better meet a fucking bullet. Because you try to take my shit, I will fuck you up forever. It's mine. I earned it. I worked for it. I got it. You didn't do shit. You want to employ the professional responsibility office against me? I will sue them into the fucking ground if I have to. I mentioned it, but I'm fucking pissed off about it. These fucking dumb communists. Well, someone said that you might release the names and addresses. Yeah, I might. Fuck you. Fuck them too. They lied about me to try and harm me. They posted it on Twitter to try and harm me. Oh, I'm so cool. I filed an ethics complaint. You employed the government to fuck me? Fuck you. You got nothing. You disbar me? I'll release everything. I don't fucking care. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. You won't disbar me, though. You'd admonish me. That's the best thing you're going to do. You're going to admonish me. Because if you try to disbar me, you dox all of those people, which I haven't done. I haven't actually done it. But if you try to disbar me, you have to go straight up to the Supreme Court of Minnesota. And then I get to make my First Amendment argument. And in the meanwhile, you dox all those fucking retards. You're in a real problem here. Lawyers Professional Responsibility Office in Minnesota. If you follow through on your threat, you have to fight for it. And guess what? I'm going to come. In your mouth, on your face, wherever it takes. I'm going to come. The First Amendment trumps you. It always has, it always will. You will be forced to dox those people. You will be forced to put their fucking names and addresses into the public sphere on the altar of disciplining me. I haven't actually done it. You going to do it? You're going to do it and then threaten me for promising to do it? It's a good catch-22, isn't it, you fucking weirdos? And when you do it, if you go ahead and disbar me, you know what happens? I'll tell you what happens. Then I have no shackles left. Not a single goddamn one. You're in a weird place, aren't you? You either protect the First Amendment and the Sixth Amendment right to confront your accusers, or you fully validate that lawyers have no First Amendment or Sixth Amendment rights. And if you don't think that's going in my brief to the Supreme Court, it absolutely is. We don't give up constitutional rights to serve the constitutional rights of our clients. And I'm not acting on behalf of a client. I'm just acting on behalf of me. You would never in your life impede my First and Sixth Amendment rights in representation of a client. Pro se representation is still representation. Until I'm represented by someone else, I'm pro se. Fuck you. Try it. Try it. I'll be the landmark fucking case that wins for every attorney on the planet. I will crowdfund the best law firm on the goddamn continent to fuck you, Minnesota. I don't even like your shitty state. Anyway, I haven't talked about this, and I won't talk about the specifics because I do recognize my ethical obligation to not interfere with an ongoing investigation. The names that I read in public twice now, the names that I've read in public twice were not ongoing investigations. They were dismissed complaints. And fuck those people for lying about me. Because if they lied about any one of you, I would say fuck you to them too. And all of us should. All of us should do that. But I'm not going to interfere with the investigation. I've only read the names ever of dismissed complaints. And I wouldn't do anything different. When you tell me that interferes with the administration of justice, I'll give you some justice. Open your mouth, I shave my balls. Fuck you. I'm so fucking tired of these people. I'm so fucking tired of these organizations cucking to these people. I will not. I will sacrifice my law license on the altar of the First Amendment every fucking day. You know why? Because I took a goddamn oath. I took a goddamn oath to defend the Constitution. I raised my right hand. I put my left hand on a fucking Bible, proverbially, not really. I raised my right hand in front of the Supreme Court of Minnesota and I said, I promise, I fucking swear, I will defend the Constitution. If my law license needs to go on the altar of the First Amendment, I will sacrifice it like Jacob would put Isaac to the knife. I'll hate every second of it. I worked fucking hard. I paid a lot of money. I spent a lot of time away from my wife and my kids. Time I'll never get back. You think I wouldn't give that up for freedom? You think I wouldn't give that up for liberty? I'll become the biggest fucking liberty advocate on the planet. Like I said, I'll take it to the United States Supreme Court if I have to. I will gladly sacrifice my achievement, my petty achievements on the altar of the First Amendment 10 days out of 10. And guess what? I happen to have made friends with the best First Amendment attorneys on the fucking planet in multiple law firms. And I dare you to find one better. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Communist speech cuck bitches. And I will pay any amount of money necessary. Whatever it takes to fight this shit and to win. Because I have made more than enough through my free speech endeavors to fight back against this. And if I'm coming for you, I'm coming hard. All right. My apologies for that. I don't like to get into personal shit, but a little mildly inebriated, and I don't give a fuck anymore about any of this shit. All right. Here we go. The First Amendment affords the pageant the ability to voice its message to enforce its natural-born female rule. The appellate court found forcing the pageant to include transgender contestant would amount to compelled speech. I read this shit. In a dissenting opinion, Judge Susan P. Graber, probably a dude in a prior life, said the majority skipped the important steps when it decided whether the First Amendment applied. No, they can't. You can't. The First Amendment always applies. It always applies. Stop this. Stop this shit. The First Amendment is the first fucking amendment for a reason. It is paramount. It is pinnacle. It is integral to liberty, to freedom, to the fucking Constitution, to the United States, to the very core of who we are. Well, we got to decide some steps before the First Amendment applies. No, fuck you, it applies. The court first should have considered whether Oregon's state law applied to the case. It doesn't. Fuck off. The First Amendment trumps everything. Everything. The Constitution is a minimum bar. How can you say, well, we got to figure out if state law applies before the First Amendment? Here, state law applies. First Amendment says, fuck you. Get out the way. I'm at Sonic and I'm ordering a foot-long coney with chili and cheese, bitch, and I'm going to eat it in one bite like a goddamn communist. Fuck you. Okay. The court first should have considered whether the Oregon state law applied to the case, which might have resolved the lawsuit before the judges had even had to consider the First Amendment question. No, fuck off. The First Amendment question is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. It's always the most important thing. The Constitution is always the most important thing. Stop this shit. Stop pretending that anything matters more than the Constitution. If the Constitution answers the question, who fucking cares what the state says ever? If the Constitution answers the question, just go to the goddamn Constitution. Jim Satala, I know I can file a lawsuit now. I'm waiting until they come back with the results of their investigation. If the results of their investigation is they're going to move for disciplinary action, then guess what? I'm on the phone with Dershowitz, Randazza, Harmeet Dillon tomorrow. The second they answer me, I'm on the phone with 3 of the best First Amendment lawyers on the fucking planet. And I will absolutely file a 1983 claim and take this right to federal court for state action against my rights under color of law. I will do it 10 times out of 10. I'll get all of them involved. And I might hire Barnes as my personal attorney while the other attorneys represent my interests. I'll get everyone involved. And guess what? I bet they'd all take it. You know why? 2 reasons. 1, publicity. And 2, they know the GoFundMe's going to fucking come through. And I will fucking go straight to federal court on their asses. You want to come after me? 1983 claim, bitches. I'll immediately motion for a stay on their disciplinary proceedings until we get the 1983 claim cleared. And then if I lose, I will appeal it. And then I will appeal it again to the Supreme Court. And fuck everybody. I'll put this shit to bed for 5 years. I'll grift it every second of the way. Grift, 100%. Because it will be one of the most important cases for attorneys in 2020 plus ever, because we get to talk online. We should get to talk online. And just because we're attorneys, our First Amendment right never goes away. Never. And like I said, I will get the best attorneys on the fucking earth to fucking fight it. And do you think I fight in private? Do you think I fight in the background? Well, you shouldn't talk about this. I will talk about it every day. I will grift every fucking day, and I will fight every fucking day for the right of every attorney out there. And any of you faggot attorneys are like, his speech is offensive. I will protect you too, even though you're a bitch. Even though you suck. Even though you're a pussy. I will fight for you because I'm fighting for me. And I'm fighting for the goddamn Constitution. I will get every attorney that exists involved in this shit. And if you're not on board, then you should be disbarred. Because how are you going to represent your client without your First and Sixth Amendment rights? How are you going to represent your client when your right to speak on social media is disabled? Because I know that you're dumb. I've seen all of you attorneys. I know you're fucking stupid. And I know you don't realize what Twitter and YouTube and the power of it yet. And I'm here to help you, even though you hate me. You're so jealous. You're so goddamn fucking jealous that someone can get people to listen to them while you can't. But if you aren't on social media, if you aren't on YouTube, if you're not on Twitter, if you're not on Instagram, if you're not grifting 100% of the time, and if you're not employing those avenues in favor of your client, then you're a fucking bitch who is violating their ethical obligations to their client. You know who's not? Me. Never have, never would. My clients would be front and fucking center on social media. I'd be pushing every fucking possible avenue I have to protect them. And if you won't, then you're stupid and you don't understand what decade we're in. You're still in 1990. Fuck off. You're not fit for the modern world, and you're not fit to be an attorney, and you're not fit to represent a client in the modern age. But I am, and I'm going to teach every other attorney how to do it, and I will fucking protect every attorney's right to do it. And guess what? While you're crying like a faggot right now, you'll thank me later. You'll thank me when I'm done. And then you'll probably call me and ask me for a consult, and I'm going to charge you so much goddamn money. You're going to buy me Lamborghinis. And you're going to do so willingly. And I'll make you apologize like the beta bitch that you are. I'll fight for your rights even though you hate me. Fuck you. Fuck these people. These people are so far behind the times. They're so far fucking behind the times. When I said the other night, I'll fuck you till you love me, this is exactly what I meant. All right. Wait, what? The court first should have considered whether the Oregon state law applied. Oh, we read that one. John Kampf, the attorney representing the pageant organization and its owner, Tanise Smith. I want to talk to this guy. Said the Ninth Circuit's dismissal was a matter of simple fairness. The Ninth Circuit's conclusion says it all. Green asks to use the power of the state to force Miss United States of America to express message contrary to what it desires to express. This is literally my story, by the way. The First Amendment says no, Kempf said. Green referred the Associated Press to her attorney, Shanoa Payne, who didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. You want to know the difference? The difference between Shanoa Payne and John Kempf? John Kempf clearly fucking understands. He clearly fucking understands what the First Amendment is, and Shanoa Payne doesn't. Because he gave a comment to the media. I've heard it all the time. Don't talk to the media. They'll distort you. No. Talk to the media. Record what you say. Record what you say. Your platform is as big as theirs. The biggest fucking myth on the planet is that the media has a platform bigger than you. No, they don't. Look at Rittenhouse. Look at Depp. Look at everything. When it matters, they don't. People will show up when the message is fucking true. And they'll show up every time. Every fucking time. They'll blow the media out of the water. They will blow everything out of the water. Truth wins, and we've got to stop pretending that it doesn't. Here we go. After a lower court ruling sided with the pageant last year, Green said she was disappointed, but the case brought awareness about discrimination against transgender people within the pageant circuit. Quote, I believe the United States of America Miss is on the wrong side of history for choosing to actively discriminate against transgender people, but the road to creating meaningful change has always been a long and bumpy one, Green said at the time. Fuck you, Green. I was just singing your praises. Transgender women are women. No, they're not. They're not women. They're men who are denying reality. My message has always been consistent. My message is this. Every person has beauty. Every person can have beauty. Trans women aren't women. They're men who are lying. Period. 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 Stop cucking to this ideology. I'm going to go piss. I'll be right back. This is not the end of the show. If you fucking leave right now, you're gay. We've got unbreaded to do. Don't fucking leave, you weirdos.
He drank a fair bit and then realized that His bladder can't handle the liquor inside, leaving us with his chair while he runs up the stairs, hoping the stream doesn't suddenly die. While we are waiting, we'll be laughing at you. The drinking along is what most of us do. The chat is united, getting excited. What you have for us when your feeling is through. When you have a storm bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Now you're washing your hands and you realize that you've forgotten to scrub both the front and the back. Then you'll grab a quick bite, kiss your lady goodnight, and remember to thank her for all of the snacks. Whoa, water will cure your hangover. Oh, so drink some when the stream is over. When you have small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Soaking your drawers.
Beta.
Why are you gay?
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Woo-hoo-hoo. Here we go, guys. Nina Infinity. Nina Infinity has gotten a few sales. She's up to $2,135 pledged. Guys, look. If you need a calendar for 2022, 2023, 2023, what year is it? I don't know. You might as well have a calendar with a lady on it doing cosplay. I can't think of anything else that you would want on there. This is very silly. So anyways, check it out. Very, very cool. For everybody. I'll be buying one because I support my friends. And yeah. Check that out. John Mois says grift. Thank you, John. We got a couple chats left to read. And then we're going to do unbreaded. By the way, I'm gonna have Nina on a show soon. Because I like talking to Nina. She's pretty fucking cool anyway. Pork Chop says Gotti is fucking trashed. Okay. Challenge accepted, Pork Chop. I'm not even fucking close to trashed. I'm just mildly drunk. I'm barely not sober. We've only had this much of 60% liquor. What are you talking about? B-Man says, I support my friends, lol, no other reason. Look, I'm not going to be rude. I buy a bunch of my stuff that doesn't get hung up in my office. That's fine. But no, I think Nina's great. I think she's terrific. I really do support the parallel economy that we're trying to build. And this is the thing. This is the thing. You have to support, when you think the product is worthy, the parallel economy, because fuck all of these weirdos who demand that we are part of something else. That's what I got. Fuck all these weirdos. We don't have to be part of anything else. We make our own stuff. We can sell our own stuff. We don't need their distribution models anymore. We are the economy. All right. You guys ready for Unbreaded? Are you ready for Unbreaded, you fuckers? Too bad. We got a couple chats. Amazing Wireless 2 says, oh noes, don't listen to Drunk Bronca. Probably always listen to Drunk Bronca. Next, Nimitz 42 says, how do I fund this First Amendment lawsuit? These gearbox Americans need to be fed their teeth, figuratively, of course. Also, I'll be bottling some mead soon. I'll be sending you a bottle, courtesy of Uncle Doug. Cheers, P.S. Fuck these people. Nimitz, right now, there is no First Amendment lawsuit. The First Amendment lawsuit will drop the second I find out that they are going to try. They're going to try and bring a disciplinary action against me. I will bring a First Amendment lawsuit on the chilling of my First and Sixth Amendment rights. There's probably a bunch of other grounds to bring it in. I'm too drunk to figure out what those are right now. Doesn't matter. I will absolutely. If you want to bring a disciplinary action against me, I'll sue you first. But right now I'm not there. I've given them my responses to what they have asked. I have not impeded in the investigation. I've not disclosed the source of the current complaint. I didn't even disclose the complaint until today. And I absolutely have a First Amendment right to discuss this. I've done nothing to impede in the investigation or the filing of ethics complaints. Clearly, 59 of them later, I've done nothing to prevent someone from filing an ethics complaint. I have never once contacted someone who has filed a complaint against me. I've never once done any of that shit. I abide by the rules of professional conduct to a fucking T because I've worked really fucking hard to get where I am. But some fucking troon worshiper on Twitter doesn't get to dictate my career path. I get to dictate it. And if I dictate it by going down in flames, going to the Supreme Court in favor of freedom, and the Supreme Court disagrees, well then fuck me. That's the way it goes. And then all of the internet can know that lawyers have no First Amendment rights ever again. All of the internet can know that lawyers can't speak on behalf of themselves and, more importantly, on behalf of their clients ever again. And that social media and big tech and Karen armies win over the Constitution. At least I'll put it on paper. I'll put it in a decision, and I'll let the fucking Supreme Court justices put their names to that 10 times out of 10. But if you think I won't fight this all the way, of course I will. I'm a free speech absolutist, and that means abso-fucking-lute. I've just never had to fight before. They haven't even seen me fight yet. I got a whole lot of fight left in these slender fucking shoulders. Casey MCD 44 says, happy fucking birthday, fellow devil dogs. Give a toast to the Marine Corps. A big cheers to the Marine Corps. You guys stop the inflation of Crayola crayons by eating them for lunch and reducing the supply. Thank you for all that you do. You guys are fantastic. And like, as a non-joke, as an unironic thing, being a Marine is tough. You have to deal with being called a faggot constantly, and it may be true, but at the same time, you do some of the hardest training on the planet, and you become some of the best people that exist. You remember freedom, you understand freedom, you fight for freedom, and you embody it in your speech. Cheers to the Marines. Cheers to every Marine out there. Never, ever, ever accept rose art as a substitute, no matter how hungry you are, you fucking weirdos. Nimitz says, how do I fund this? Wait, I read that one. Katie McQueen says, our rights matter. Get those lying fuckers. I can't go after the liars. That's the crazy thing. Here's a reality. Your filing of an ethics complaint is absolutely privileged against any lawsuit. I cannot file a lawsuit against anybody who filed an ethics complaint against me. So many people have asked. I can't do it. It would be dismissed immediately because they're privileged to file an ethics complaint. But what I can do is I can go after the professional responsibility office. I can go after them all day because they are an agent of the state. And I have a 1983 claim of them trying to protect me, trying to prevent me from exercising my rights. Oh gosh, Lady Rackets. Sovereign Bozeman says, I now want to see this lawsuit happen just to see the law streaming this. I don't want to see this lawsuit happen. I don't want anything to do with this. It's done. It should be done. It will forever be done. It should forever be done. It shouldn't be a thing at all. All right. We've got unbreaded to do. We're going to do unbreaded. And then we're going to wrap up the show. Everything's going to be fine. You need more frivolous money for the lawsuits? Let's do this. Let's do this. Where is it? Unbreaded! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your law Pope. Big Rob, I have not missed any local super chats. I've done the 20 plus super chats at first, and then we will do the rest of them. Here we go. Let me get this pulled up. Can I please type this in? Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Where was it? Ah, here we go. No, not the first page. That can't be real. This is page 1, death sentences. Dr. Matthew C. Harris. There's nothing on the first page. It doesn't even count. We got page 633. There we go. There we go. Oh boy. Wait, what is this? Okay, I'll do this page and then the next page, because that's what we can do. All right. We gotta do this. The holy prophecy of Matthew C. Harris. In the coming war, it will be necessary to gather land and find a safe routine to begin sending the men to heaven in a humane way. It is necessary to send them off and bury them with rituals. It is necessary to send them away to their proper reality tunnels and to leave the women behind as an offering to Matthew Harris. Shout of fire. Nothing. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to go to this page. It's white, but it's also a fucking Ottoman Arabian. Keep that in mind. It's pale-ish, but the skin betrays your eyes, for that animal is actually metabolically tuned into desert frequencies. It looks very white, but you are looking at a desert scorpion. You are looking at a desert camel-blooded creature. It is looking white, but only lately. Do not let your eyes deceive you, for the murderous desert monster I'm describing is the bike. It has the spirit of an oyster stuck in a rat's body. A rat sized as a man, trying desperately to rob you blind in the desert. Shekels, 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 shekels. It is that as its thought pattern frequency of attention generalized into one priority. Shekels, 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 as it scrapes at your pockets, ripping them with its unshaven talons and hairy nostrils, searching you for clues about where you hide yourself and ways to exploit you. The bike is always searching for ways to steal and harvest energy for revenue. What ways to exploit you is what you should hear when a bike asks you for your name. Never let a bike look you in the eye. Thrash it with a hammer and rape it if it falls unconscious. Oh my goodness. Show no more respect for the bike than you would a dead rabbit carcass. Stick explosives inside its temple to show that you mean business. Cleanse the earth of these pack rats. Oh my God. The key to beating them is to explode as many banks as possible. When they go into hiding, it will be easier to bomb their ghettos and kill them in mass numbers. Blood poisoning is a preferred method, as it can be transferred only to bikes from bikes. Kill them off as a swarm, delete the entire tribe. The blink has a floppy demeanor. It is either motionless or stuck in a vowel that drips over itself. Tiang, tiung. That means your lunch special will be ready in 5 minutes. The Ching Chong Ping Pong is an ugly race of sickening bamboo snake-blooded clones of only a few people. There are not many of them, but they are a horde. The same patterns are repeated throughout the entire colony of fish people. They are very feminine and hairless race. There is nothing attractive about them. The yellow mongoloid is unworthy of much attention unless you are retaliating for the fact that they created the coronavirus in a level 4 bioweapon lab facility in Wuhan province and intentionally released it to halt the world economy. Bingers should not care about letting blinks integrate. Blinks aren't welcome in America. Blinks were not here They just showed up after slavery and invaded like rats. America does not belong to all races. Burn them alive, send them to death camps, or kill them in their blood with poison and gene-specific weapons that only target the mongoloid itself. These weapons will serve best if they target the common man. Blood of red and yellow mongoloids. The Africans created AIDS because they couldn't tell their wives from monkeys. And while someone was attempting to impregnate a monkey, it mutated, and all these Africans couldn't stop fucking, which is why they are dying of an eternal famine. They keep fucking having children, which is a sign of their non-existent intelligence. Africans don't know how to stop reproducing. Africans keep having children even though their countries are broken, corrupt, starving, poor, ugly, smelly, violent, war-torn, and generally worthless and insignificant. Africans should all be murdered. There is nothing redeeming about them, and deodorant doesn't seem to work since they are extremely odorous due to high levels of pigment. The darker the African, the worse the smell is. Oh my God. No soap can wash it off. The dark, reflective leather hands of a black African might make a nice bag or pair of gloves for a real human, but it can never create anything intelligent or interesting without mimicking someone of a better. I'm bread! Whoa! Look at that page. That was insane. That was crazy town. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That was something special. Oh, I got to turn the reverb off. Yes, correct. Thank you. There we go. Here we go. All right, guys, that was Matthew Harris, PhD from Duke University and Philosophy 101 professor from UCLA. This is what the higher education system brings you. We just read it to make fun of it. It is a very special and ridiculous thing. Thanks for watching that. We're going to go ahead and read the local super chats, the super chats on Odyssey and Rumble, and then we're going to go to maybe something else, maybe to bed. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Protocaster says, for some reason my tip didn't work. Here's a pic. So here's a pic. You didn't send a pic. Manville over on Odyssey says, I thought you had something special planned if you rolled the first page. I don't know what that means. What do you mean by that? I'm not quite sure. Aquatic says, base, you already know we're all behind you 100%. Yeah, I know. I've no doubt about that. Casey says, this is for my fellow Tufel Hundens. Happy birthday. Big Rob Rackets, thanks for the content and keeping me entertained through my insomnia. Here's to you in your honor. She honored her offer. He honored her offer. Here's to hit an honor, get an honor, and stay in honor. And if you can't come in her, come on her. Cheers to my veteran brothers and sisters. This Friday, I will honor each of you and every one of you. Very cool. Thank you, Big Rob. Rush to Judgment says, hey, Nick, can I get some love? I'm starting to do my own content on YouTube because of your inspiration. My channel is Rush to Judgment on YouTube. Guys, go check out Rush to Judgment. I hope he's got some good stuff. Grifty says, Rekieta Law epic rant. That was amazing. Make me a sandwich after making me freedom bust. What is this shit? Rekieta Law, please, says my father, Neil. He passed away on the 1st at 54 years old. He was an amazing father figure to me and my 3 cousins, despite my mother passing away when I was 9. He was the strongest man I've ever known. Loved guns, loved the mountains, loved God, and loved his family. Thanks. To Neil, who will understand, of course, that I've had enough to drink. Cheers to you, 54 years old, stricken from this planet way too young. an amazing father figure to you and 3 cousins, a strong man, an inspirational man, a man who teaches you what it's like to be a man and makes you want to be the thing that it teaches. May you observe that legacy. May you pass that legacy on, and may you continue in that to the future. Cheers to Neil. Cheers to his offspring. Cheers to everybody else. Kappa says, does it matter if I came back because you were talking about Johnny Depp and call it Amber Heard stands bullshit? Now, no more politics. Look, I got to talk about politics from time to time. I don't really prefer to, but I'll do it. Riverbank Angle says, let's actually defund police. I'd rather have my Second Amendment than police who are a threat to my liberty. Something to consider, by the way. People they will employ to destroy your Second Amendment practically are the police. Red Noodle says, wait, you mean like Ruby Ridge? Freak the feds and they're lying cocksuckers. Gooch says, locals chat is the best chat. Have me on to talk politics if you need some academic specs. Either way, love your base chat. Takes my dude. Peace. Egalitarian bitch. Egalitarian bitch says, Rekieta Law, you're welcome for starting Ass Wednesday. And then posted a tasteful ass picture. See Goody says, DeSantis supporting red flag laws is my only hang up, but it is quite the hang up. Republicans have supported red flag laws over and over and over. They are weapons of choice, weapons of opportunity, and red flag laws are ultimately weapons against freedom. And Republicans who support it, they do it all the time. USA Now says Electoral College was already tried in a state, but SCOTUS ruled unconstitutional, quoting Robert Barnes. Maybe I can talk to him about that. I don't know about that. I have no idea. Okay, here we go. We're on to Lothrop says, I work for Libri, and we may never be Rumble size, but we fucking love you. I know that I personally love your radical support of free speech. That's why we're building what we are. I love Odyssey. I really do. I think that they are working hard to build a great platform. And man, do I fucking wish the numbers would support them. I really do. And I hope that someday they do fully support Odyssey and Libri. And it really sucks that you guys lost that lawsuit against the SEC. Really does. Mario Kart, I think that's an absolute injustice, personally. Mario Carter says, I bought my wife a vegetable platter the other day. And the price was insane. Can Pennsylvania really afford to send a vegetable to the Senate? I'm Dr. Oz, and I should have approved this message. He also says, still disappointed Mountain Dew didn't give us a gushing granny apple or Hitler did nothing wrong flavors. Oh my God. Nick's gay lover. We love you, Nick, but stop with the butt hurt because Rumble won't cradle your balls while blowing you. Also, DeSantis 2024 screw Trump tards. Yeah, if I stop with that, I'll just be on YouTube. Rumble needs to make their platform better. They need to do it. There's no way around it. There's nothing else that they need to do. They need to make their platform better. Mario Carter says, could you taste Drexel when you lick the Kentucky Owl you put his Baldo on? No. No, that's an unused Baldo and you knew it. Jacob McQuaid says to chat, Donald Trump is becoming Republican Beto. DeSantis has a better track record of actually winning. Chat is just being single-minded. I still maintain my thing. Trump should act like he's going to run and then endorse Beto. Or not Beto. Endorse DeSantis. I think that would be the number one thing. Killer Carlson, have you ever tried WL Weller's Special Reserve? Nope. It's great. Wish I had some now while studying for my bar exam. No, sounds terrific. I haven't had it. Mr. McBastard, can you imagine every district required to publish registered voter totals and check-ins as well as outcomes? No, I can't imagine those very basic steps that the United States could take for voter integrity. Redhead Takes, you've been a constant inspiration for my channel on YouTube and now Rumble. Please give a shout out to my channel, Redhead Takes, all one word, for all your sporting and gaming content. Mr. McBastard, every election day should be a holiday. Snuggle Struggle, a PA Democrat passed away mid-campaign. Sorry to hear that. Who replaced them? No one. So the Republican ran unopposed for the seat and by default won, right? Wait, what? It's not how it works. Blue-eyed Roof Korean, I try to ask good questions. Usually can't all be about corruption of blood. Can you give a refresher on the actual legislative process is to abolish the Second Amendment? Many believe it's just a pen stroke away. The legislative process is regulating the Second Amendment in a creative manner and then hoping the Supreme Court signs on. And between 2010 and 1939, there's nothing. There's literally nothing. Well, I guess 2008. Heller versus DC in 2008. But prior to that, 1939, there's nothing before U.S. v. Miller or after. It is one of the most neglected amendments by the Supreme Court. Blue-eyed Roof Korean says, do you think Trump was the problem, or is it the populism he spouts that the elites and left fear? Does the Constitution allow for communism or global socialism with a sprinkle of corporal fascism? It does. It does. Was Trump Trump isn't the problem. It's everything about him, about populism. Those are the problems. Mr. McBastard, grow hemp for the win was a World War I and World War II narrative. American 300, everything you said about what Republicans should run on is why Youngkin and DeSantis are the examples to follow. Thank God for them. Elite. The fact of the matter is it's time to admit the GOP is mostly controlled opposition at worst and worthless at best. It's time for the GOP to go the way of the Whigs. Chili Cheese J, you should have given Limbaugh's time slot. You should have been given Limbaugh's time slot rather than Clay and Buck. We need your voice on radio rackets. I'd take Limbaugh's contract, but they wouldn't take me. The Dukes got a $250 pay raise today. Here's a little bit of it. Thanks to the not cucked take on modern American politics. Blue-eyed Roof Korean says, I swear by my life and my love of it that I will never live for the sake of another man, nor ask another man to live for mine. John Galt. Nick's gay lover. Stupid Trump is more concerned about attacking DeSantis than actually having Republicans take the Senate. Also, loser libertarians get 1% to 2% of the vote. Your ideas will never win anyone on an election, bro. I don't want libertarians to win an election. I've never been a member of the Libertarian Party or their platform, which is as inconsistent as the Republicans, by the way. I want Republicans to adopt a libertarian philosophy. And the libertarian philosophy is very simple. On every platform, we go to maximum freedom, and then we go from there to where it fits into society. That's it. And then we try to minimize the amount of government intervention. That's all. I've never been an uppercase L libertarian. And don't accuse me of such, you weirdos. Oversoul says, good night, America. Sincerely, Fetterneck. Ellie Fan, can you drink for me? I found out yesterday that one of my sisters has cancer. No, I've drank way too much tonight, but I'll drink this. Cheers to Ellie Fan, your sister. I hope that the doctors have wisdom to take care of the cancer. Goody says all the faggots over here should get on rekietalaw.locals.com where the real unbreaded chat takes place. Only $5 a month to participate in scuffed locals chat. Oversoul, you're at the top of the rumble.com front page. Cry fag. No. I'm at the top while I'm live. Let me give you some inside baseball. Rumble has a group and they promote that top live channel. Right now it's me, probably. At other times it's different people. That's up to Rumble. That's manual. What I was talking about is the top 50, which is supposed to just take the most updates of the videos of the previous day. And lately they've not been putting me on there, even though my updates are in the top 3. So that's a different question. Mr. McBastard, it is the simplest kindness. Give a plus before you start watching and change your opinion after. There you go. Make sure you pound that plussy on Rumble. We're at 3,170 Rumbles. Let's make that bigger to all the people who haven't done it. Hey, would you blow me? DUI guy had a case where a cop admitted to destroying evidence on the stand. Nothing came of it. No, they never get punished. Ever. Oversoul says onlyfans.com/user/bedshitter3000 says land of Hugo Black supersedes the old country. Lol. He also says public person texts exist contrary to equal application of the law, but they were wigs as if. Nick's gay lover. I'd rather jerk it to an AARP magazine or rip my eyes out of their sockets than jerk it to Nina's disgusting hairy Persian ass's calendar. Vomit. Damn. Very specific. Very, very specific. Arthur Man 70. I'm an independent insurance agent in Michigan who would be happy to help out anyone who wants an alternate economy agent. arthur-katie.com/Arthur-Katie-insurance. Check that out. Techie Shinichi Raging Rekieta is back. Let's go. Drunkated for the win. Judy Brady. 1945. Been doing ham radio for years. Love it. Mario Carter. In the immortal words of David Banner, you better hide your grandmama because I'll fuck her too. Farron's Grout Cleaner says, I wonder if the person who filed the investigation BS against you is because you turned down that whole attorney general thing or whatever they were wanting you to run for. No. Kenosha Kid says, I sent you a $20 tip on locals a couple hours ago. Mind seeing if you missed it. I got all of them now. Almond John 1, Nick, stand up so we can get a good look at the Street Fighter shirt. You want me to stand up for the shirt? I can do that. Here's a Street Fighter shirt. I bought it at Target. Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Balrog, Bison. You can check that out. Like I said, Target has a bunch of $10 t-shirts. I really like them. Drunken Rocky says in Trump voice, Drunken Rocky Thursday night artistry stream. It's the best stream. Many people try to compete, but he's the best. It's true. It's true. Join my friend, 9 p.m. Central Time, the Drunken Rocky on Odyssey. Give it a check out. Wonderful, wonderful stream. Good people. IMAV says Minnesota Black Robe Regiment. You should have him, TC Pearson, on your show. Liberty-minded Minnesotan fighting the good fight. Never heard of him, but maybe. Hyper Shouta says for the war chest, also I'm out of coins. We don't need a war chest. We don't need a war chest. I'm not currently engaged in a war. Riverbank Angle says, take every kid who says they are trans and take away their internet access for 1 year. Not a single one will be trans after a year. Probably agree. Fantasy, I bet she has man hands. I don't know who that is. Riverbank Angle, the First Amendment doesn't protect fomenting treason and overthrowing our government. Marxism is not protected speech. The Communist Control Act is still law. Okay. Riverbank Angle, would you fuck Amber Heard? She's hot, but she'll also definitely accuse you of rape. Would you take the dive? No, I don't need to. Don't want to, don't need to. Riverbank Angle says, pray or pass Kyle's law. I agree. Riverbank Angle, abortion bans are a losing policy. Unmarried women went D plus 37. Kentucky voted for Rand Paul and against banning abortion. Okay. That's fine. They're for individual states to consider. That's it. Chigon says, look at Pennsylvania numbers. Over 1 million votes weren't registered. I have receipts. I don't need your receipts. Fire PA, last time Georgia had a runoff, Linwood fucked Georgia like he tried to fuck Rittenhouse on Bales. We're almost done. Talquete, all that whiskey, did you get to the bottle from Branca that he said cost $100 to send to you? No. It hasn't arrived yet. E.A. Cowden says, I can tell you exactly why there wasn't a red tsunami. It's the RNC leadership. McConnell and McCarthy have to go. They purposefully tanked easily winnable races. And the Keno Pounder says, by Sam Bankman Fried. 16 billion fortune lost because he gambled with other people's crypto. Can't donate $1 billion to the 2024 election anymore, friendo. Rip to all crypto fags that kill themselves over this. There we go. That is the end of the show. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll probably do something on locals in a little bit. We're going to save Twitch for a day when I'm a little bit more coherent. And then we'll figure out what's going on. All right, guys. I'll catch you soon. Have a good night, guys. Peace. Check out the locals, rekietalaw.locals.com. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law explaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitter and Erland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig, the spirits blow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the T-post on Twitter, as we hear lost blaming tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are Untucked tracks off, they bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. So pour out an odd bag of Balmore and Lundbrook. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear Lost Planning tonight. From the wide shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the wrong better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law